because with the free AdBlock extension from
Mere alcohol doesn't thrill me at all. So tell me, why shouldn't it be true? I get a kick out of brew. There's only one beer left. Rappers screaming all in our ears like we're deaf. Tempt me, do a number on a label. Eat up all the MCs and drink them under the table like it's on me. Put it on my tab, kid, however you get there. Foot it, cab it, iron horse it. You leave it on your face, forfeit. Across the mic, hold it like the heat, he might toss it. Told her, tell him they stole it. He told her he lost it. She told him get off it and a bunch of other more shit. Getting money, DTs be getting no new leads. It's like he eating watermelon, stay spitting new seeds. It's the weed, give me some of what he drooping off. Soon as he wake up, choking like it was whooping cough. They grouping soft. First hour at the open bar and they trooping off. He went to go laugh and get some head by the side road. She asked him autograph her derriere, red to wide load. This yard bird tastes like fried toad, turd, love villain. Take pride in cold words, crooked eye mode, nerd geek with a cold heart. Probably still be speaking in rhymes as an old fart. Study how to eat to die by the pizza guy. No, he's not too fly to skeet in the squeeze a eye and squeeze a thigh. Maybe give her curves a feel the same way she feel it when he flow with nerves of steel. They call her super when they need their back plumbing fix. How is only one left? The pack coming six. Whatever happened to 2 and 3? A herb tried to slide with 4 and 5 and got caught. Like what you doing, G? Don't make them have to get cutting like truancy. Matter of fact, not for nothing. Right now, you and me, looser than a pair of Adidas. I hope you brought your spare tweeters. MCs sound like cheerleaders, rapping and dancing like redhead kingpin. Doom came to do the thing again, no matter who be blingin'. He do it for the smelly hubbies. Seeds know what time it is, like it's time for Teletubbies. Few can do it, even fewer can sell it. Take it from the dude who wear a mask like a tarted helmet. He plots shows like robberies. In and out, 1, 2, 3, nobody's please. Run the cash and you won't get a wet sweatshirt. The mic is the shotty, nobody move, nobody get hurt. Bring heat like the boy done gone to war. He came in the door and everybody on the floor. A whole string of jobs like we on tour. Every night, on a score, coming to your corner store.
There is done. Now that the representative from South Africa has been mind-programmed, all of the world leaders on Earth are under my control. And when they meet tomorrow in special session, I, Doom, shall be voted master of the world. My plan is foolproof, but just in case.
And what about smoke? Now you keep your eyes open. When I tell you, start snapping. Oh yeah, sure. Ladies and gentlemen,
Nice cigar.
I am risking my life to tell you with great concern that I must warn you. You must listen. Many among you have had their minds taken over. What a story! Start snapping. Doom. Gosh, I wish I'd brought my autograph book.
Your attempts at humor bore me.
Right, Leadhead.
You're weird.
Why is everyone staring at us?
Oh, I should have realized. We must look like freaks to them.
Relax, mister. Just do your thing.
Get a good grip on my...
I'll bang your readout meter for you, you little...
Knock it off, Ben.
What's the matter? You're nothing but a chicken.
Yo, what's going on, chat? Welcome back. Make sure y'all can hear me real quick. we're not doing TikTok today. Not TikTok today. We streaming till, what did I say on Discord? I said, wait, hold on. We got a lot to discuss, bruh. And I mean, a lot. A lot to unpack here. Shirt made of cotton. I think this is, I think this shirt is, shoot, actually, it feels like it, low-key. Give y'all a few minutes here. I'm about to, let me stop the music. Oh, let me turn it down. I'm not trying to get copyrighted. Even though I'm already knowing I'm already knowing. Got one full song in this entire thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, we got a lot to unpack here. I didn't want to say it's a lot, but we got a few things to unpack. All right. One, I got this shirt at I got this at a thrift store. You know what I'm saying? Just if you do thrift, go to Salvation Army. You know what I mean? Or I mean, it might be at Plato's too. You never know. I really just got lucky, to be honest. It's a calm little shirt. Some slight, but you know, I don't know how often. Honestly, I haven't really wore this shirt much. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think I wore this shirt like 3 times at most. I got this like back in March. I got this shirt back in March. Excuse me. All right, but listen, chat. So there's a few things. That I'm gonna cover here. All right, I'm gonna break this down to like I'm gonna break it down in like. I'm gonna break this stream down into a few sections. This first part, pretty much talking about this, giving y'all an overview of this stream schedule that I'm gonna try to work with. Of course, upon me working on changing schedules at where I actually work at for real, it will change over time. But I'll be real. The streams for the next couple of weeks are not going to be consistent. I'll keep it real. It's not going to be consistent. Because like I said, I really want to get videos out. And I want to get a highlight video out for like all the streams that I've done. And then secondly, after, you know what I'm saying, we get that overview part done of the schedule, I'll talk to y'all about what we cover in this stream. Pretty much like, you know, these DDG allegations, D's court case, Streamer University. Am I missing something? Oh yeah, and some movie trailers. And I do want to do some. I do want to do a tier list on here um for a little something. I don't really know what exactly I want to do a tier list on, but you know, we gon' we gonna find something to rank. And also like I also just want to like I pretty much just want to chill, to be honest. But and another thing that I do want to do is like I said, y'all seen in the title, we're playing Among Us 3D. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna play that today. That depends. That depends. I don't know if that's gonna be the game for today. However, if I'll play it for a little bit, because I don't think I'm gonna have a full squad today. I'm gonna keep it real. I don't think I'm gonna have a full squad. If I don't end up having a full squad for Among Us 3D, then I'll play. See, if I was to play I'm not gonna lie. I heard Amanda Adventure. From what I've heard, that game is really long. Well, it's not. Okay. Well, I don't even think that game is really long. It's just the fact that there's so many puzzles in that game that it's taken people like longer than me to do that jump. And they made videos on this, so you know they're editing it, stuff like that. If we go to like, let me see. I'm about to look up Amanda the Adventurers 2 on YouTube real quick. Right? Unless you already know. Let me see. Yeah, look at this. Hold on. Chat. It took Corey 2 hours. Well, he edited his jump in like a 2 hour span, the entire game. And look, the thumbnail is my most unhinged video. Now keep this in mind. Look. Wait, hold on. What this man said? Oh, okay. That's like the bio. But look. That's 2 hours. 2 hours. 2 hours. 2 hours. Look, one, that story explained. Like, come on now. 2 hours. Like, and y'all know I'm definitely like a well, okay, let me all right. I'm not like, obviously I'm not someone who's oblivious to like this kind of game. I mean, it's just the fact that these puzzles are like OD. Like there's like, hold on, how many there's, okay, I don't even know. There's just a lot going on with what they got with this game for me to just finish in the time that I got today. I don't plan on streaming like that long at all today. That's also a thing. And then also another thing is like there's a difference between me playing a Mandate Adventure and me playing Poppy Playtime. When I played Poppy Playtime, that jump was literally like, for one, it's a series, but it was like, yeah, there's puzzles, you gotta go this, that, whatever. The objectives were clear with that game. You know what I mean? You had to go a certain way, figure something out. With this game, it's just, you gotta look at a VHS tape and pretty much you're pretty much just led to like figure out the puzzle yourself. If it's like written there and like you like, I don't know, I would get lucky with a few puzzles in that game, and then of course I would have to look jungle. I'm like, okay, I'm slow. It was this the whole time, and it's like some of the puzzles was like very mind-boggling because I'm flabbergasted, you know what I mean? But you know, there's that. And then I do, but I'll tell you what though, I will play I'll tell y'all this. Tomorrow, I am streaming Apex. I'm streaming Apex tomorrow for a bit. And, shoot. I could play Brawlhalla. Not gonna lie. I thought this junk updated. Who is the... What is... Pathfinder got a buff? Oh, wait. Oh, no. I know they didn't. Shoot, I may have to stream this today. I know they didn't bring back arenas. Hold on. Yeah, we gotta play that tomorrow. We gotta play that tomorrow. Yeah, we gotta play this. We gotta play this. We need to play this. As a matter of fact, okay, I don't even know. Shoot, I can't start. I'll tell y'all this right now. Y'all are probably never going to see this. Unless they know how to do something with their storage being under 100 something gigabytes or under 200 gigabytes altogether, I can't play this game. I can't do it. It's not a matter of the fact that I don't have the space, because I believe that I have the space. It's the fact that no game should require this much storage. And mind you, this is a game that has like I feel like Call of Duty, this franchise is a crazy gimmick. Same with like 2K and them. They straight up make the same game every year or update it every year. Just add a little bit of something different. Now I'll say this: Black Ops 6, valid from what I've seen. You know what I'm saying? Omni movement, okay, cool, right? But it's the fact that like, you know what I mean, y'all make the same game. There's not really that many changes. Y'all just, I mean, probably a new roster, new skins, new weapon attachments, stuff like that. And with both games, and it's just like, y'all are pretty much like, there's nothing different to it. It's nothing different. Hey, y'all gonna add, shoot, like they put Kai Cenat in 2K. Something like that. So I'm just, you know what I mean, and Schedule 1 updated. We might end up playing that tonight, who knows. Oh, I really want to try this game out. TBH. But that is besides the point. That is besides the point. So, and then, yeah, I don't know exactly what I'm gonna play later today, but we'll see what happens, right? If we have people later in the stream, because if we have later in the stream, I'll play Among Us 3D. If not, then we'll play something else, or I'll probably end the stream from there. But let's talk about the schedule, right? Let's talk about the schedule. So, hopefully, now I'll keep it real. With me working overnight, well, a couple things. Me finding out that I've been working overnight for almost 9 months, and I didn't need to. I really didn't need to work overnight to get paid how much I get paid is insane, because like literally, I could have been getting my beauty rest. I could have been doing more stuff throughout the day, going to the gym more, stuff like that, if I knew this information, right? So now I'm like, you know what I'm saying, gotta make a choice, right? And another thing about that is the fact that it did affect my schedule for this. Keep this in mind. I don't stream the first half of the week because, one, nothing, like, if I streamed in the middle of the day, right, while people was at school, no one's doing anything on a Monday or a Tuesday. Probably doing, I'm saying, like, it's not really active, right? And there's a certain time to stream. There's a certain time to stream. That's another thing. So, you know, if I did have day shift, I know good and well I would have been streaming like back to back like 5 times a week, if you know what I mean. But or at most 4 times a week. Well, but it would vary, right? You know what I'm saying? Because I wouldn't want to like burn myself out between, you know, work and doing this. But transitioning into not even just changing schedules, but also trying to get other things set in motion. That way I can put more into this type of this content stuff, because I'm working on, like, y'all probably remember we was reacting to a short film last time, right? I'm working on getting some more like attachments for my camera. This is just a vlog camera, but I do want like something for IRL. I see people they have like this little screen on top of their camera. I assume that's pretty much how like they can like, you could link the stream from that to that way, like, you don't have to like keep this thing plugged into the PC. Which is cool, but them things cost a lot. They cost a lot, so you know, it just sucks. It's gonna take some time for me to get that, and also me debating on getting that Nintendo Switch that's coming out. You know what I'm saying? It's just a supply and demand thing. You know what I mean? That's all it really is. Trying to figure out how I want to go about this, that, whatever. Literally just trying to make sure I'm spending enough the right way while still having stuff left over. And then there's also like, you know, one thing I did try to do. I tried to take a shot of just doing what's it called, the Streamer University, which we'll talk about later in this, after I talk about this. Literally, I did try. It's just a lot of me just trying to put my name out there, trying to get things set in motion. Certain things really ain't go where I want it to go, which it's fine. If it doesn't happen, then it'll probably happen. I'll probably get another chance to put my name somewhere, and it'll give me some kind of recognition, or some kind of exposure. if you will. Also, in terms of these like group streams, like community streams, whatever, I kind of want to do less of these. I less of these like streams. Just I keep bringing up the Poppy Playtime streams a lot, but dog, if we like, I look back at them streams occasionally because I need to make things. I have clips that I really want to like fine tune and edit of them streams. It's just the fact that I look at myself sometimes. I'm like, dang, I'm an awkward individual. But it's like I look at how I hold on, like I can see I've it was some kind of traction that was gained from Poppy Playtime. Like, look at this, 5K views on this happened like overnight. Like favorite horror game right here. I yeah, bro. Like I got this many views, this many likes. You know what I mean? Obviously, I know I don't really try to pay attention to the number, but it was just the fact that when you stream, you really supposed to have a good time with it, right? And it's not that I don't have a good time doing it with people. It's the fact that y'all. One thing about me is I don't want to exploit other people to get more views. If there was one thing, oh, I did post this. I forgot about that. It's the fact that, you know what I mean, like that's like being part of a band, right? Let's say you was part of a band, right? And you know what I'm saying, there's this group, right? But then everyone only knows that band because y'all know only one person in that band. So it's like, what, let's say that there's this one time he goes to this concert, or they plan a concert, right? But that one dude that everybody knows can't make it. No one is going to show up, or they're going to be less excited because they're going to be less excited because he's not there, and they got to use like the backups pretty much, and they just, you know what I'm saying, they just not as excited. It's like if Alvin from Alvin and the Chipmunks wasn't there, it was just Simon and Theodore, that type of thing. They wouldn't be as hyped because Alvin pretty much was that spotlight. Given that this is my channel and not a content channel, you know what I mean, there's something I feel like I should bring to the table by myself. You know what I mean? I don't have to shoot. I knew I was missing something. I shouldn't have to be dependent, because literally it's been proven, like, if we go to like the actual videos that I've made, which by the way I need to edit my Mortal Kombat stuff. That's something I did forget. It's the fact that I have the capabilities to edit videos. I think I just take the easy way out all the time. This video right here, which also I need to give, you know what I mean, like, first of all, shout out to Cryptic Unknown, because he's good at making beats, and that's my favorite beat he's made. And I've, like, ever since the first time I've heard that beat, I wanted to make an edit with that beat, but that's besides the point. I want to make an edit with that beat. I mean, I think that's what I said. Anyways, it's the fact that I have the capabilities to edit. I just need to take my time with it. You know what I mean? But if I really was to lock in and focus and not, you know, have ADHD, you know what I mean? there would have been a lot of videos that would have would have been on this channel, and I would have I would have been getting views from the videos and from the streams as well. So it's a win-win. And me being able to do all of that, that's why it's like, you know what I mean? It's good to have a team where you can just do all that, but I'm doing this by myself. You know, and whether I have I don't know if I'm gonna end up getting an editor or if I'm gonna end up, because the thing is, I don't want to get an editor. I want to but I want to collaborate, like with someone who knows how to edit, if that makes sense. I want to edit my videos, but also get help from an editor as well. You know what I mean? I don't want to put all of it on them. You know what I mean? But I want to cause only I know how I want to edit my videos, as well. And then also with the reels and stuff too, like also, yeah, this whole thing being weird, come on. I had more views than this from the start, and then it went down and it went back up. It's views don't do that unless I was either shadow banned or people. I don't know. That was weird to me. I remember I was streaming, the views was at 300. An hour later, it went to 200. I'm like, views, viewers that are watching a live stream, they go up and down, but the views for a particular video or anything should not really, I've never seen that before. That was weird. But I'm not bugging. Since coming back though, we did reach 150 subs on here. Y'all know the goal. The goal is to reach 500 by the end of the year. Or at least halfway, at at that halfway mark, getting to 250. Hopefully over the summer we hit that goal. We just need obviously we just need 100 more to get to the halfway mark. That just means I gotta lock in on that. That's also a reason why I'm not. I said I was gonna take a break and take care of some stuff, but to be honest, I can do both. I just need to manage my time well. But this right here, if I really want to make it happen, I can make it happen. I just need to lock in. I just need to lock in with everything, and just give it everything I got. But no, that being said, though, let's move on to another topic that the main topic that y'all is here for. So there's been allegations. Well, we're gonna talk about this DDG thing, bro. Let's look at this DDG. Oh shoot, I cannot even see the button. Yeah, let's look at this. Yeah, so DDG allegedly put his hands on Halle Bailey. Now, this was addressed a couple days ago. And obviously there's some controversy out here. I'm not really, like I said, I'm not really big on this social, I don't really be trying to have an opinion on this type of you know what I'm saying, internet drama. I really don't care about it. I really do not care about it. If I see it, I see it. However, when I seen this, it confused me. It confused me because they split up. Hold on. What the? They split up at around what, December, January? They broke, oh, longer than that. DG officially split up on October 2024. So 7 months ago, right? 7 months ago. 7 months ago. Now I'm not gonna say that I'm not gonna say DDG is like a, you know what I'm saying, a perfect person on the media. I'm not gonna like, I'm not trying to bring anyone's name up or bring anyone's name down. I just find it weird that they broke up. I find it weird that they broke up, and you know, if they doing all this co-parenting, you know what I'm saying, they're best friends, stuff like that. All of a sudden, oh yeah, DDG put his hands on me. And and I've seen stuff, people saying, when has Halle Bailey ever lied about this? Stuff like that. First of all, I've never heard no one, like, I'm not gonna lie. The fact that you don't believe that somebody's never lied, like that's insane. Hold on, y'all. All right, so my bad, y'all. My pops called me. Um, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, y'all literally saying that when has Halle Bailey ever lied? I'm not gonna lie. That's actually insane. Cause even if this was true, to say that she's never lied is insane. That would just like, cause you just pretty much solidify the fact that she's perfect. We live in a world where nobody's perfect, and to believe that somebody is perfect, that's actually like some insane glaze. I'm not gonna lie. Now, I'll say the DG in this world that he's been in the I'll say this. He's had a lot of backlash. You know, he wants to see his son. Like, you know, saying stuff about this man wanting to use his son for clout. I'll be real. He got, you know what I'm saying, he got some clips in with his son. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know what I mean. But there's also the like that. But like the fact that like part of the reason why I don't want to use anything as like an exploit is because you'll put anybody on the screen, whether it's a child, like whether it's your own son or you have a significant other, and people will literally go on the media and be like, "Oh, you're using them for views. You're using them for views." Stuff like that. Literally since the breakup, like You know what I'm saying? Until he cut his dreads off. Since the breakup, this man straight up has getting like, you know what I'm saying, some crazy, crazy backlash. From people, right? And then this happens. It's kind of, you know what I mean? It's just weird. It's just weird to me. That's, I don't know. I don't really know. Like I said, I don't really know much about it. I mean, she said, obviously, she said there was proof. Hold on. Yeah, this junk right here. Yeah, it just, like, she just, like, it's the fact that she just had that junk. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Something about this is all weird. I feel like, to be honest, I feel like them posting stuff about the, literally, I'll keep it like this, right? This isn't something, like, there's things to post on the media and there's things not to post on the media. This right here, to me, is like, you know what I mean? Like, they literally left off, you know what I'm saying, there's gonna be best friends, stuff like that, and then, you know, this man allegedly puts his hands on, now this man getting threatened, stuff like that. So this man responded with he chilling, right? Because he ain't got nothing to say. But it's like, people saying he did it. And if he did do it, then shoot. But all I know is, like, there's always gonna be a reason to keep some junk private, bro. I don't know where I worded that wrong. Let me run it back. All I do know is that whether he did or not, he's still going to be facing the same backlash he did, just because this, that, whatever. Y'all, I don't know. This new generation of, like, social media, it's like, it's so let me see if there's like a video. Like, they're talking about there's a whole trial.
When you can set up reliable Spectrum internet in minutes.
Now, there's things that I didn't see. So if there's some new stuff that comes up, call me wrong, right? I'll keep it real. I'll keep it real. I'll own up to this jump, but I find it weird that people are just, they find it, they were so quick to believe Hallie before looking at all the facts. And it's not like I was so quick to believe that he didn't do it. It's the fact that's just out of the blue. That's why I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? But it's so out of the blue, given that he's really just been streaming. And yeah, I'm hungry. Dang, bro, stomach talking. Low-key, I don't even think I ate today. I really don't think I ate today, but we gonna fix that. Just like, I just seen some more attachments for this camera that I'm gonna get. Oh, look, seen another thing right now on IG. With DDG. Actually, I'm not really bugging. I don't know. I just see his name pop up a lot. well, he's been on my feet a lot. Whether it's something with Zoe Spencer, whether it's something with this, you know what I mean, like crazy. But it's just the fact that it's so out of the blue, and like it's random. It's random.
We ain't sleeping on the couch. We're just resting up.
Halle Bailey was granted a restraining order yesterday after allegedly claiming that DDG put hands on her. If you're not caught up on that story, that link is popping up as well as down below. But moving forward, DDG and his family is going to have to be quiet because Halle did mention the family in the police report. Remember, she said in the police report that after the incident, she got in the car with DDG and drove back to his family house and told them what happened. So now the courts are probably going to want to hear their side to the story and what she told them. So we're not going to be hearing from DDG or the family because a lot of what they're going to say is going to affect DDG moving forward. A lot of people think this restraining order is just for Halle. No, it's for Halle and Halo. This situation happened in the presence of a child. So the restraining order that was granted is not just for Halle, it's for Halo as well. And that's why the judge granted her permission to go to Italy for 2 months to go work and take Halo with her because she has temporary custody of the child until they go back to court. When they go back to court, not only is DDG fighting for his life, he's fighting to be around his son because if that restraining order get extended, y'all was mad before that he can't see his son. If that restraining order get extended, he's going to have a lot of people telling him what to do. He won't be able to pick his son up this day. He won't be able to do this and this. A lot of things is about to be controlled through the courts now. And this is what DDG was trying to avoid, but this is why everybody kept saying, DDG, go to court, go to court, go to court. And he didn't want to do that to her, but she didn't think twice about doing it to you. And granted, I'm not on nobody's side. I'm just giving y'all the facts and the information from what I see and what I looked up. Halle's video of her talking about her tooth is trending.
I'm a little scared of the dentist, but I'm going for my regular cleaning and also because I chipped my tooth and I'm just a little nervous. Guys, like I'm
pretty sure this video is going to be presented in court as well. Also, DDG's close friends have spoke out because they have been around certain situations when things happen and they spoke on what they saw. Listen to what they had to say.
Halle Bailey claims DDG attacked her. So listen, man. I've been around before while they got into it. I've been around before while they got into it. And like I said before, I don't get into people, family issues. I stay away.
Facts.
I done seen them get into it before. Let me put it like this. I'm gonna put it like this. As a man, have you ever been in a situation where a woman is just whooping the man? Matter of fact, fuck that. Let's go ahead and get into it. Halle was beating the out of this nigga. I'm talking about swinging on this. I'm talking about piecing this up. Ha, 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 ha. You feel me? So, are you just you just gonna sit there and just hands behind your back? No. Like, what are you gonna do? Stop.
Let me keep this in mind. Obviously, a male shouldn't hit a female. However, given that logic right there, it shows like the double standard of this right here, the crazy double standard that a female can hit a man. That's like the double standard of that is crazy to me. And that's double standard is the main reason why people believe that this actually happened. All right. Now, whatever happens, whatever thing that this man actually says, now mind you, like, I'm not about to just go based off of these few clips. All y'all was believing, like, the people on everybody on social media that believes a lot of this stuff, bro, like, y'all really need to be studied. Like, y'all was believing that this dude Phantom got kicked out of AMP. Like, come on, y'all. Come on. Y'all. Then they say he was like the creator of AMP too. Like, y'all, I'm saying, like, y'all just believe like a little clip. And these are probably like clips from like last year, and y'all think that's junk is recent. it's, you know what I mean, like, like, y'all gotta really, like, that's why y'all really need to, like, not be on the media like that, bro. Y'all get caught up in a loop or something y'all don't need to be on. But, you know, we gonna, let's look at this.
Stop, hey. Stop. Hey, stop. Stop. Restrain him. Hey, stop. And realistically, bro, and honestly, like, you really can't even prove that is from him. Like, that could be from anything. That could be a rash.
That too.
But, like, let's just say it is, right? Let's just say he did put his hand on her. Him grabbing her. What he supposed to do? Like, you know what I'm saying? If a girl hit me, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm like, hey, stop. Like, stop.
Yeah, yeah, right?
DDG don't.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Grabbing and you know what I'm saying? And hitting somebody is two different things, right? You need to hold them, make sure they calm down. You're not just finna, like, let a female hit you, though. But you're also not finna hit the female either. Let's continue.
Don't do nothing until somebody do something to him first. Look at all the beasts he's been in. Look at all the problems he had. He don't say nothing about nobody or do nothing to nobody unless. Do y'all remember that time where Ruby had screenshotted DDG posting DMing her or some shit? Some shit happened for him to do it. You get what I'm saying? And why would he do it? Cause it's like, all right, cause dang it, there's so much shit I want to say, but then again, some stuff is not my place to say.
Right.
And there's some things that I don't want to put out there. That's if it's not already out there, because like it's crazy. I don't know. It's so crazy that you don't want to tear down your baby daddy like that. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, the only person who really gonna get hurt from this is Halo.
The Diddy used to tell me.
Facts.
She used to smack the shit out of him on the bed. He chilling. She smacking the shit out of him. Real shit. Bow. He was sitting in his bed. Bow. Like, real shit. I'm just saying, bro. Like, he not gonna talk or whatever the fuck he wanna say. Whatever, bro. He can say whatever he wanna, or you're not gonna say. But I'm not gonna let people think that my dog is some fucking abuser or some shit, bro. Hell nah. Hell nah. I'm not gonna let no people think my dog an abuser or some shit, bro. Is not no fucking abuse. This do not be putting his hands on women or trying to do that type of shit, bro. Bro, never. And if I didn't really believe in that shit, bro, or believe in my dog, I wouldn't even come on here and say anything. Bro, the whole even with the Kai situation with the baby, I was talking to Didi and he was saying, bro, that she was telling him that she finna like do some crazy shit if she brings him on the stream. And I'm like, bro, like, why is she tripping about this shit? You told her that you was gonna bring him on the stream anyways. And she was just like, oh, this is what he's telling me, like, oh, like, she's like, nah, like, she act like she didn't know when they had a whole conversation about it. And it's like, bro, like, why are you trying to stop my bro from, like, he's literally one of the best fathers that I've ever, I've seen.
Literally what I mean, like, when I say, like, social media, like, you know what I mean? People need to be studied because, like, no one knows what goes on behind closed doors. No one knows what goes on behind closed doors. Whether this is true or not, you never really know. Actions always speak louder than words. All I know is that's two people that defended DDG, and these are his friends. So it's really think about. Let's really think about it, right? And mind you, I'm not taking those sides. I'm just saying no one really knows what's going on. All I know is this is very sudden. Very sudden. So I don't, because to frank, I don't even know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I'm just looking at, to be honest, I'm really just looking at what you gotta say, give my opinion, and then what I said in the beginning of them probably did come off a little biased though, and that was not intended. But like I said, no one really knows what's going on behind closed doors, bro. So, and this isn't even our relationship. Thing about our relationship is that you don't need to be broadcasting that junk to the world, because that's not only a bad reflection of you or your significant other, it's the fact that your child gotta get, cause y'all put y'all child, y'all literally have a child, excuse me, y'all have a whole child, and he has to grow up with, you know, the internet straight up knowing that his father potentially put his hands on his mother, you know what I'm saying, them having beef, yada yada, stuff like that. It's like, you know, it's just it's crazy. On every account, y'all gotta really think, like, you know, social media, like, you know what I'm saying, double-edged sword, bro. There's benefits to it, but then in the long run, bro, you gonna wish like you really didn't, like, you gonna wish that social media didn't really like bless you the way it did, because, or you gonna wish that you did something different, because this right here is just, you know.
See, personally, like, out of my friends and stuff like that, him and Dub, you know what I'm saying? Two of the best fathers that I've met.
You see this red flag, you're like, yeah, no, it's checkout time. I can't do that. Something that you've learned over the time.
A girl that put her hands on you, can't do that. Ooh. Can't do that. No.
Damn, that was a serious red flag right now. I was thinking maybe somebody that was constantly texting.
Nah,
like,
I think physical contact,
of
like
course,
fighting and stuff.
DJ Academics also spoke out as well, because his old clip is going viral when he tried to warn DDG about this whole situation.
You need your mama when you're in her presence. She's now saying you're an abuser. She's now saying the next thing she gonna say is that you abuse your son. I'm telling you, I've given you every step, DDG. DDG, bro. The first thing she gonna say is that you beat her ass. The next thing she gonna say is you neglect the child and you abuse the child. Trust me. If you around this person, you need your mother, only your mother. Don't even trust a female assistant. Your mother or a sister. Trust. Also, any further text message conversations, and I don't know if they carved this out yet, they're probably gonna have another hearing. Usually that's how it goes. There's restraining orders, because they have a kid. They have to you can't block them from communicating, because he would never see his kid for the rest of life.
Also, Chris Sale spoke out as well. I don't know why Chris is speaking, because this is not the best topic for him to speak on, but here's what he had to say.
Bro, tell me why Holly is dating Brent Fayez, and then Holly had Halo in front of.
Is this ain't the light skinned guy that be doing nah, this ain't him. He look and sound like him. Y'all know the guy I'm talking about, the guy that just be like, hey yo, hey, come a little closer, back up, come closer. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Like that, y'all know who I'm talking about. I thought that was him.
Brent Fayez, the same one that was telling DDG don't have Halo around the hus. You ain't think about that. It's called hypocrisy. No, not hypocrite. What's that word? Hippopotamus. No, hypocrite. And then she just accused DDG of
this man
abuse. And then I think that she trying to get a restraining order on him or something, but I don't really know too much. But I know enough. you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know too much, but I know enough. But look though, what I'm saying is the shit is getting wicked. I don't know if she's the bitter baby mama or DDG be antagonized Halo. I mean, Holly, Mermaid. I don't know, but
yeah, to be honest, I don't know this guy. I don't know. Just from the way he really didn't need to say nothing, to be honest. Yeah. Just from looking at this, he really didn't need to say nothing, because Just from the way he's doing this, bro, he just, yeah. What is this? Look, I'll react to this one too, and then we finna talk about this Diddy case, bro, because that's wild too.
Police report allegedly she's claiming that DDG put hands on her, and now she wants a court order protection from the father of her child. Now, in the police report, Halle said that she broke up with DDG back in October, and since then they have been having issues when it comes to child visitation. And she has been trying to have conversations with him about it. And back in January, she tried to have a conversation with him, and things got physical. DDG came to her house to pick up Halo, and while Halle was putting Halo in the car, DDG was getting frustrated, and he was ready to go, and he really didn't want to have a conversation with her, but she was trying to talk to him about child visitation. He got so mad and screamed, "Get out my car, B!" And Halle got nervous because Halo started crying, so she didn't want to leave the car because Halo was crying. So DDG was trying to force her to get out the car. The report says that's when they allegedly started wrestling, with DDG pulling her hair, slamming her face on his steering wheel, and chipping her tooth. Halle said she was in pain and crying. Although that stopped the fighting, she was still worried about Halo, so she remained in the car for the ride over to DDG's house, where she told his family what happened in the car. Now, once DDG family told her they'll take care of the baby, she left. She had bruises on her arm. She had a chipped tooth. She was in pain. She did attach the pictures to her restraining order. And also in the police report, she said allegedly that DDG creeped her out back in March when he showed up at her home and entered without permission and went to her bedroom and texted a picture of Halle's empty bed to her, along with the text message, "Now I know what you've been on, LOL." Halle says she interpreted the text as DDG accusing her of having sex with other people. 4 days later, she claimed he really exploded when he came back to her house. Halle told him that she and the baby were sick and she didn't want Halo to leave home, and she claimed that's when he got verbally abusive and smashed her Ring camera and ran away with Halle's phone. As he drove off, she claimed that DDG threw the phone out the window and yelled to her, "Go get it, B." The incident prompted Halle to go file a police report, and she says she also has a ring footage to back up her side of the story. Now, this all happened when DDG went live that time, and he was saying how Halle wasn't allowing him to see his son, and he wanted to see his son. Well, she's saying that's the day when he threw her phone and got verbally abusive. But
Let me make sure, like, because it was blurred out. You can't.
for Halle, the final straw came just last weekend when she said that she was vacationing with Halo and her sister in St. Lucia, and she said that DDG texted her a link to social media post claiming that she was on the island with singer Brent Fires. Halle replied, "Not with anyone out here. I wouldn't do that. I have Halo. Please let me enjoy my Mother's Day in peace. I hope you're okay and feel better soon." Well, the judge did grant Halle a restraining order requesting DDG to stay 100 yards away, and the judge also gave her permission to take their son to Italy, where she'll be filming a movie for 2 months. DDG also has to stop posting and streaming about her and the child. Halle claims that DDG has been whipping his fans into a frenzy by trashing her when he live streams. Y'all leave your comments down below. We definitely gonna get into this conversation tomorrow because, yeah.
Why are they saying GGTMZ? Let's see. Why are they saying GGTMZ? Alright, I'm looking at her story now.
Where they at? They 13. I just need to see this, bro. Cause I'm.
Fuck all that. Don't even. That can't even be real. Fuck all that, bro. Fuck all that.
But that can't even be real.
But don't even. But you know when we talked about last night? Fuck all that. Let me say something. It's not.
No, I'm saying, but I don't know where that even came from.
Yo, stop these fake allegations. This is a father. This is a real person. This is a good human being.
But I don't.
But hey, bro, we on stream, bro.
Come on, like I gotta be.
Just don't do it, bro.
Like I gotta be.
Just don't do it, bro. Come here.
Don't even
fuck all that. That's my real friend. We're not gonna do no false shit to ruin this stream. He's a great human being. He does a lot for a lot of people. He's a man. He's a father, and we're gonna respect him. We're gonna love him. WDDG, and fuck anyone who got anything to say. Yeah, DD is not gonna come on the stream. He's just gotta go handle what he's gotta handle. So all love to my brother. We will figure something out.
Did gaming take over your life? You're not
I
alone.
gotta see this.
And it might not be your fault. The makers of gaming.
Cause I didn't know he like found out this junk on the stream that this was happening to him. But now that's dog. I had to really like I wish I watched this before I watched the second video, but it's like okay, so the thing about all of this is the fact that I don't none of us really have all the facts here. We really don't. This you gotta think this is out of the blue. Out of the blue. Obviously DG got people backing him up, right? You know, whether it's true or not, it's just the fact that this is out of the blue. Cause the main question you really have to ask yourself is why now? Why did it take, you know what I mean? Like, it's so random and out of the blue. Like, I don't know. But at the end of the day, is this something I really care about right now? Nah, I really don't. I do hope, though, that whatever the outcome is with this, it gets resolved. And hopefully this man, hopefully this junk isn't true. Because if it is, then yikes. I'm hoping it's not true. For not just DDG's sake, but literally for everybody's sake. Because, you know what I mean? This junk really needs to, like, die down. This is finna make, like, it's making junk complicated as it is. The fact that they're split up and DG can hardly see his son. But anyways, we're gonna talk about this DD trial. Yeah, so I've seen some things. I've seen some things that are interesting, to say the least. Very, very interesting. Hold on. Is the tweet up? Well, no, it's not. It's not a tweet. It's like. Okay, never mind. We got like almost 2 more hours. Actually, no, we don't. We're only stream for 1 hour and 10 minutes, so we good. Cause I said I was gonna probably stream till 8, so we'll be alright. Or 8:30 really. We'll see. We'll see. I need to get these shoes. I need to get some shoes. What's going on? What's going on, Daniel? Yeah, as you can see, we about to look at this thing court case. It was something about, I don't know. Chat. It was something about this man be having like these like freak off sessions or something. I don't know what that's about. We finna. It's a 7-hour thing. I'm not watching that. Give me the highlights. What is this?
Keith, who do you want me to call?
It's my paycheck. It's coming early. A fifth third better means an early payday.
So you think you know Wix. Do you really? First up, we've got Shake Video.
It's day one of the celebrity trial gripping much of the nation. Sean Diddy Combs, once one of entertainment's most powerful moguls, accused of crimes so heinous, he faces the possibility of spending the rest of his life behind bars. He's denied all charges. And just a warning, this story contains accounts, descriptions, and visual content of actual or alleged events that some may find disturbing.
Mom, how are you feeling? How are you feeling today, Mom? How is your son?
Can't talk about the case at all.
All eyes are on this New York City courthouse as the federal trial for disgraced mogul Sean Diddy Combs begins.
All right.
Sean Diddy Combs goes on trial today.
Combs is inside the courtroom along with those prospective jurors.
He faces multiple charges, including racketeering and sex trafficking.
The musician famous for hits like Bad Boy for Life.
What I've been through, y'all got drama, the saga continues.
And Can't Nobody Hold Me Down. Charged with sex trafficking, transportation for prostitution, and racketeering conspiracy, the 55-year-old has pleaded not guilty to all charges.
Today was a monumental day when we're talking about Sean Combs, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy. At one point, he also had the actual key to New York City. So to see him today facing trial on federal criminal charges is completely a downfall of who Puff Daddy, who Sean Combs was.
Prosecutors allege he used his power to force women into prolonged drug-fueled orgies he called freak-offs, and then threatened them into silence.
The freak-offs, according to prosecutors, were these sex marathons. Some of them lasted days, and they were fueled by ecstasy or other party drugs. And women were not allowed to leave.
Highly anticipated at the trial.
Wait. This man. Run that back. First of all, he looked like this one actor, but we're not going to speak on that.
Orgies he called freak-offs, and then threatened them into silence.
The freak-offs, according to prosecutors, were these sex marathons. Some of them lasted days, and they were fueled by ecstasy or other party drugs. And women were not allowed to leave.
Highly anticipated at the trial, the testimony of Cassandra Ventura, the singer better known as Cassie, was at the center of this now infamous video. The disturbing scene appears to show Combs chasing her down a hotel hallway in 2016, knocking her down and kicking her. The first evidence shown to jurors today, videos and photos from the violent encounter.
Everyone was leaning in and focusing and watching this video. Literally, you can hear a pin drop in that courtroom.
A security guard.
No. We got him. Now, what the...
Appears to show Combs chasing her down a hotel hallway in 2016, knocking her down and kicking her.
He's naked with them dang socks on, bro. That's not even funny, but like, dog, what is... Like, this man would drug up the females and do these freak-off sessions that would last days. This man is sick.
The first evidence shown to jurors today, videos and photos from that violent encounter.
Everyone was leaning in and focusing and watching this video. Literally, you can hear a pin drop in that courtroom.
A security guard who came onto the scene in the aftermath of that attack.
And he wouldn't let them leave.
Diddy had a devilish stare. Cassie had a purple eye. Another witness alleging he was paid to have sex with Cassie while Diddy watched. told to urinate on Cassie.
You heard so much about sex doing.
He did, yeah. So he idolized R. Kelly. He definitely, yeah, definitely idolized R. Kelly. Cause what's up with y'all wanting to pee on people, bro? It's crazy kink, bro. That is actually disgusting, dog. Listen, that is. Y'all just like golden showers, man. I don't even think is, bro. Actually, I'm not even gonna say no more about this, bro. We just gonna watch.
The prosecution's opening, the defense opening. You heard about oral sex. You heard about missionary style. You heard about baby oil being put on people's body. You heard so much. This is not a case for the prude.
Cassie and Diddy were in a romantic relationship for almost a decade, releasing hits like Me and You.
They know you're the one I wanna give it to. I can see you on me too. Now it's me and you.
Her graphic and disturbing 2023 civil lawsuit against Diddy changed everything, helping spur the federal criminal investigation into the mogul. Diddy has denied these allegations and settled that suit without admission of wrongdoing.
Mom, how are you feeling?
Diddy's mother and children arriving to court this morning to support him, along with Combs' spokesperson.
Obviously, this is like a horrific time for the family, so they're just trying to hold steady in their faith and make sure that they take care of each other.
How is Mr. Combs feeling?
Upbeat. I think, obviously this is a huge deal, and so he's just ready to have his side told in open court.
Inside the courtroom today, Diddy smiling and blowing kisses to his family.
He's very observant as to what's going on in the courtroom, and he's taken part in his defense.
Both sides delivered their opening statements, making their case. The all-female.
What is this drawing, bro? It's throwing me off.
The Combs used a trusted inner circle to commit crime after crime, including kidnapping, arson, and sex crimes. Prosecutor Emily Johnson saying, "This is Sean Combs. To the public, he was Puff Daddy.
Are you really going to miss this?
We do this training once a year. There's 800,000 to 1 million people that'll join us.
Who are y'all?
Or Diddy, a cultural icon, a businessman larger than life. But there was another side to him, a side that ran a criminal enterprise.
The
Who's the man,
prosecution
Kingpin?
is alleging that it was his inner circle that
Let me stop.
enabled him to be able to engage in these acts, but also hide these acts from the public and for it to go on for so long.
At least 3 alleged victims of Diddy are expected to testify, including Cassie, and a woman prosecutors are referring to as Jane. During opening arguments, prosecutors alleged that Diddy forced the women to participate in so-called freak-offs and instructed Cassie and Jane how to look, to dress in lingerie, wear tall platform high heels, and have manicured white nails. Diddy's defense arguing the sexual relationships were consensual and not coerced, saying the rapper lived a swingers lifestyle.
The defense wants to say that these women are all adults. They're all consenting and willing participants in these freak-offs.
Defense attorney Tenny Garrigo saying in her opening statement, that may not be what you like to do in your bedroom, but you're not here to judge him for his sexual preferences. She later added, being a willing participant in your own sex life is not sex trafficking. That disturbing video was also part of the defense's opening arguments, plainly saying it was an instance of domestic violence. Garrigo saying, domestic violence is not sex trafficking. Had he been charged with domestic...
Why did he just... Nah. You just...
sex trafficking. That disturbing video was also part of the defense's opening argument.
Yo, put this man behind bars, bro. Put him behind bars. He's just trying to... He wouldn't let... Nah. Wouldn't let... Y'all can't just say it's just, you know... what's it called? I can't just say it's it was just consensual. I can't say that they wasn't being abused. This man needs to remain locked up. Cause come on, bro, this man's walking around the hotel naked and stuff, chasing after this female. I assume he just didn't want her to leave. I mean, well, he pretty much said, they pretty much said, like, yeah, them free guys, like, yeah, they was not allowed to leave. She was trying to leave. Nope. Elevator's right here.
Plainly saying it was an instance of domestic violence.
Well, I think he...
Garagos saying domestic violence is
Nah, I
not
can't.
sex trafficking. Had he been charged with domestic violence, had he been charged with assault, we would not be here right now.
The defense said that Sean Combs may be a lot of things. He may have committed domestic violence, but those aren't the crimes the defense said that he's charged with. So in effect, the argument is he's a criminal, just not the kind of criminal they say he is.
Okay,
The first
that's the
testimony
argument
in the
is.
trial taking jurors to Los Angeles, March 2016, the hotel where that surveillance video was taken. The first
This really been
witness,
going on
an
for
LAPD
for years.
officer who worked security at the hotel, he says he responded to a call for a woman in distress on the 6th floor.
When he got to the floor, he noticed that there was glass on the floor, that the vase and the flowers were broken.
The security guard described going back to Diddy's hotel room and standing in the doorway while Ventura grabbed her things. Inside, another man sitting at the corner of the bed.
So from the very start, the first witness brings the jury into that hallway where he said Sean Combs looked at him with a devilish stare and Cassie Ventura had a purple eye.
Sean Combs tried to offer him money, to give him money to make this go away, and he said he wouldn't accept the money.
The second witness to take the stand, Daniel Phillip, a man who said he was paid to have sex with Cassie on multiple occasions at several high-end New York City hotels while Diddy watched. The witness said he was paid between $700 and $6,000 each time.
So Mr. Phillip agreed to go to the Gramercy Hotel to do a performance for a bachelorette party. At least that's what he thought. But when he got to the hotel, to the room, that Cassie opened up the door. He did not know that was Cassie, and that she told him, well, it's my birthday and my husband wants to do something special, so can you give me a massage with this body oil, and then we can just take it from there and see where it leads.
Diddy allegedly in the corner masturbating, wearing a bandana over his face. During these meetups, he says
This
he
is a
would
freak.
often give directions and at times tell him to step off and back up because he was going to get some.
Sean Combs's children. his
Oh
mother,
no, this dude is freaked out, bro. What you mean he gonna get some?
in the court to support him, but when the testimony became graphic, his daughters stood up and walked out. When they came back in at one point, the testimony got more graphic about ejaculation, about urination. That was too much. They turned and walked out again.
Phillip also described witnessing Diddy drag and hit Cassie. When asked by prosecutors why he didn't intervene, he testified, "My thoughts was that this was someone with unlimited power, and chances that even if I did go to the police, that I might still end up losing my life." Cassie, who's now 8 months pregnant, is expected to take the stand tomorrow.
Cassie's the case. Cassie Ventura, who has not spoken about this publicly except in a civil lawsuit, is taking the witness stand as a star witness.
Yeah, this is.
Her husband and father of her children spotted at court today. If convicted, Combs could face life in prison.
Mm-hmm. Dog. Bruh. Yo. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Just wow. Oh, this is day 1? Okay, let's look at day 2.
Did you know?
It's day one of the celebrity trial.
No, I already skipped. You know, we just gonna find it on here real quick. Okay, here we go.
Good evening. I'm Eva Pilgrim. Thanks for streaming with us. It's day 2 of testimony in the Sean Diddy Combs trial, and the prosecution's star witness, his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura, taking the stand. The disturbing video of Diddy and Cassie in an LA hotel hallway, one of the sparks that really ignited this case. Today, for the first time in 6 years, Cassie coming face to face with Diddy, telling the jury in graphic detail about what they say is the darker side of the rap mogul over the span of their 10-year relationship. Cassie admitting she was young and initially wanted to make him happy by fulfilling his sexual desires, but quickly became reluctant. Ventura says the freak-offs took up so much of her time it felt like a full-time job. When she didn't cater to Combs' desires, he became violent and abusive, bashing and stomping her head at times. In the courtroom, hearing the explicit details of these sexual escapades, Combs' mother and children back for a second day in a row. Prosecutors argue Combs used power and fame to lead a criminal enterprise for 2 decades to allegedly abuse, threaten, and force women into drug-fueled sex marathons that lasted for days. He strongly denies all of the luxury he's known for. He has pleaded not guilty to all charges. We'll take you inside the courtroom in just a moment for the emotional testimony, and we'll also take a closer look at Cassie Ventura, the singer, and now star witness on the stand. Let's go to Aaron Katursky. He was inside the courtroom for all of it, and he joins me now from Lower Manhattan. Aaron, this was the first time that Cassie Ventura and her ex, Sean Combs, have seen each other since 2018. What was that moment like in the courtroom?
It's been a minute.
When she walked into the room, Sean Combs appeared to look at her, but she, Eva, did not seem to look at him. And during her testimony, I'm not sure she really made eye contact with Sean Combs. She turned occasionally to her husband, Alex Fine, who was seated in the courtroom. She had other members of her family, her attorney there in support. But she recounted such graphic detail, too graphic for us to discuss here now, such soft-spoken, matter-of-fact tones, describing degrading sexual activity that she said Sean Combs forced her into, starting when she was 22 years old, and as she called herself, naive, too naive, she said, to really understand what was going on or understand the power dynamics in the relationship. Because she said, if it turned him on, that's what they did. Her preferences weren't at all considered. And she said she was passed around and objectified by men. And with other men she didn't want to be having sex with on Sean Combs' whim, describing how he wanted to set up recording equipment to record these freak-offs. She said it made me feel insane. She said it was humiliating and disgusting.
Aaron,
That's actually sad, bro.
a whole lot of sexual experience before.
That's why all y'all gotta be careful, bro. Just leave it at that, man. Y'all be, especially this generation, anybody could be a victim to this type of thing, bro. Y'all some, it's just cause y'all a bunch of hornballs.
Before she met Diddy, she was only 19 when she met them. There's a nearly 2.
That and y'all don't. It'll be that, and y'all don't have the right circle to like hold y'all down, bro. Y'all really don't. Y'all just got that mindset where it's like, oh yeah, I'm grown, so I'm gonna just do this. You know what I mean? y'all need to at least have some people to hold you down, whether it's family, whether it's friends, bro. Because if y'all don't, this could happen.
Decades age difference between these two. Talk more about that power dynamic and how their relationship changed over time.
Well, she was 19 and a young singer, and Combs signed her to a 10-album deal.
19.
With Bad Boy
I'm,
Records, so a
mind you,
long-term deal, and she said, Eva,
I'm 19. But, anyways.
that she only made one album. Otherwise, the Freak-Offs took up so much of her time that it stifled her music career, but it controlled her financially, she said. So she felt like her livelihood, her career, her life really depended on Sean Combs and keeping him happy. Otherwise, she said she feared what might happen. Now, interestingly, she talked a lot about not wanting him to break up with her. Now, whether that was because she thought he might get violent or because she would lose some of the life that she had acquired, she didn't really say. But we know that the defense is expected to argue that, sure, Sean Combs and Cassie had a toxic, violent relationship. The defense has called her a strong, adult woman who made a voluntary choice.
Aaron, you were in that courtroom. These details were a lot. What was the jury's reaction hearing her testimony?
It's really hard to read the jury. Most of them are pretty stone-faced. There was one woman who did seem to be following along. She would occasionally smirk at the mention of baby oil or lubricant, which was used so frequently that
we got people in the jury that are smirking. Serious matter, y'all was smirking at the fact that they're talking about stuff that they used. Oh, you said baby oil? Like you hear that junk on the internet enough to be true. You hear that junk in there, I'm just like, all I know is if they had me in the jury and I was there with one of my best friends, bro, they told me and my friend to go to the jury and they said something, bro. It's a very, mind you, being there, it's a very serious moment. But they say one thing, bro, and then I just don't want anybody to make eye contact with me when they say something. Cause I know. Thing is, by myself, I know how to keep myself composed, and to be honest, in that exact moment, I know this is a serious matter. I know how to stay serious on a serious matter. It's only when someone makes eye contact with me when something is said, and then it's like I lose it, because why are you looking at me when they said that? Why are you making why you giving me a crazy side eye, smirking at me? Just the little things, but like I said, bro, it is crazy.
As Ventura described it, the hotel rooms where these freak-offs occurred were left in complete disarray. There was candle wax and oil everywhere. But most of the jurors sat stone-faced, listening to what amounts to the humiliating recollection of a decade's worth of a woman's sex life.
Aaron, what can we expect to see in court tomorrow?
Someone talk about me. My ear ringing.
Cassie Ventura ended her testimony today, taking jurors to a moment they've already seen video of, what happened in the Los Angeles hotel in March of 2016. The jury had already seen the video, but they saw it again with Cassie narrating it, saying, "That's me," pointing to herself on video and telling the jury this was the first and only time, she tried to escape a freak-off before Sean Combs declared it over. She said she got hit by Combs, she had a black eye, and she wanted to leave, but when she tried to, as the jury saw in video, he dragged her back.
Aaron Kotursky for us there at the courthouse. Aaron, thank you so much. And let's break all of this testimony down and what it means for
Hold
this case.
on, let him
ABC
talk.
News legal contributor and trial attorney Brian Buckmeyer, you were also in the courtroom. This testimony, I mean, the details of this testimony, from a legal standpoint, what stood out to you?
So from a legal standpoint, there are a few quotes that I want to look at that I think kind of run the gambit of what we're talking about here. We have Cassie Ventura here, and some of her quotes saying here, after the freak off, the room was pretty bad off. The candle wax, the all over the place. And then she described it having a pungent smell. And she brought us into those rooms in a way that made us think no one wants to be in there. The only way you can be in there is to be compelled. I think that fed into the government's argument of coercion. But we also heard something that I think the defense is going to jump on, where she talked about that she was insanely jealous. And we remember from Tenny Garagos, she said that this case was about love, infidelity, jealousy, and money. And so I think something like this, Sean Combs professing to be a man of many women and Cassie potentially being jealous and maybe starting some of those fights or participating in the fights, that's something the defense is going to jump on. And then, of course, this, saying that she's super young and naive, people pleaser, getting her personality. I think her testimony really drove home the idea that this was a horrible interaction, that it was a toxic relationship, as Aaron is quoting the defense. But also, I think there's something that both sides will be able to use from her testimony, that she was trafficked, as the government is arguing, but also that this could just be a domestic violence case where the defense might be able to argue not these crimes, other crimes he's guilty of, maybe not guilty of trafficking and racketeering.
She also talked at some length about the control that he had over her and the other people on his staff that helped participate.
The staff needs to be questioned about this, and all the other people who was involved in this, because it's like it's clear. Like she admitted right here, you know what I'm saying, the flaws she had at that time, right? And she regrets it. Her trying to escape, meanwhile she was really just getting dragged and stuff, bro. Come on, bro. Like, we can see, like, she's full of regret, bro. We seen that thing in 4K. Her pretty much getting beat, bro. This is a whole mess right here, man. A whole mess.
In that, why do you think that was so important?
All right, so I think the smart thing to do, start off is talking about Cassie's age. She's 38 years old now. Sean Combs is 55. The age gap was one thing they touched on. 8 years old now. All right, so I think the smart thing to do, start off is talking about Cassie's age. She's 38 years old now. Sean Combs is 55.
This age gap is like, didn't they say that they started when she was 19 or something? I don't know.
Age gap was one thing they touched on. The fact that she was his singer and signed onto his label as a singer, and she had done some modeling in the past, and that he had the ability to control whether or not her music got out. We also saw the testimony about who was in his inner circle. We saw her talk about bodyguards and chief of staff. And to Aaron's point, she was very matter-of-fact and soft-spoken when she spoke, but what I saw when she talked about those bodyguards and saw pictures of them, and it's almost like she started to tremble in her voice a little. You can see a sense of fear as she recounted who the people were, where if she didn't pick up the phone right away, someone would come and find her. And I think that really colored the idea of this criminal enterprise.
Again, you were in the courtroom today. What was the jury's reaction hearing all of this?
I think as they continue to watch, you saw some people feverishly taking notes in the back, but I think as the testimony continued in, everyone was really leaning in, listening. They were somewhat stoic. I didn't see anyone really like jaw-dropping about some of these allegations. Of course, you saw some people, as you see in the reports, shaking their head as to some of these statements because they were very, very horrible and hard to listen to at times.
At the very beginning of the day, we heard from a male escort that testified that he saw Combs attack Cassie. What stood out to you about his testimony?
Yeah, and so Xavier Donaldson was a defense attorney who continued the cross-examination, and what stood out to me is I think they're still kind of attacking this strategy of attacking the credibility as well as the idea of consent here. And so from there were two things. One, Philip, or Daniel Philip, said that he actually had feelings towards Cassie, and there might have been, again, this issue of jealousy that I think the defense tried to hone in on. But of course, the government came back and talked about just the brutality of Sean Combs' interaction with Cassie, the directing of the sexual encounters, who got paid, how they got paid, and then again, just the brutality of the interaction that he saw with them.
Brian Buckmeyer, thank you so much. We'll come back to you in just a little bit. Cassie Ventura's testimony today detailing graphic allegations of domestic violence, which she says she experienced while dating Sean Combs. Violence that the defense admitted to in opening statements. To talk more about domestic violence, let's bring in criminal defense attorney and ABC News legal contributor Bernarda Villalona, who has handled sex crime cases, and former NYPD sex crimes detective Sarah Mathers, who also notably worked on the Harvey Weinstein investigation. Thank you both so much for joining with us. Bernarda, let's start with you. The defense admitted in opening statements that Combs got violent, but say that doesn't mean he was trafficking people. So does the violence matter here?
The violence absolutely matters here because the violence is what actually quieted Cassie as to not say anything for all those years. Look how long it took her to finally say something. And that's a common issue that you see with domestic violence victims, with sexual assault victims, because it takes them a long time, number one, to realize that they were victimized, and two, to have the courage to come forward and actually to speak to other people about what happened to them. But three, look what happens behind closed doors. You just never know what happens behind closed doors.
Like I said with that DDG situation, bro, we don't know what happened. You know what I'm saying? We don't know nothing that's going on behind closed doors. So all we do know, junk having it out of the blue, why now, stuff like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And just like, you know what I'm saying, that whole situation is just weird. It's weird out of blue, but the fact of the matter is that we don't know what's happening behind those closed doors. And with this, we didn't even know what was happening behind closed doors with this either. Court case, literally putting pieces together for real. So we will have to see what happens with the DDG situation. But yeah.
Closed doors. So this violence, this her being scared, is all a part of the violence and the crimes that took place here and what the prosecution is moving forward in front of this jury piece by piece.
Sarah, you've investigated a lot of cases. How does violence factor into these types of situations?
Well, I think this shows just what Sean Combs was capable of, and it just shows the toxicity that was surrounding Cassie Ventura in her life. I think being a man of power and having the financial means that he had and having the control over her, I think that all just led into this whole situation where now she has the strength to stand up in court and to speak her mind and state the facts and tell everyone what happened. And she is strong, and she was a victim, and now she's able to speak up for herself and show the world that she's strong and that she's able to come over this and excel in her life and move on.
Bernardo, we saw text messages between Cassie and Diddy today. The defense has already said they think the messages show the consensual nature of their relationship. I'm curious, though, what's your reaction to those text messages?
So when Cassie was testifying about the text messages, she also put it into context as to why she sent those text messages, what was going on in her mind, that she wanted to satisfy Sean Combs, that she wanted to be a part of this in the sense of that she was scared that if she didn't participate, what would happen to her. These are also common signs of people that are domestic violence victims, that are sexual assault victims that you see. We're ultimately going to see later on during the trial an expert come in and testify as to how and why victims like these react the way they do and are capable to send these texts.
Another thing about the DDG situation that I'm now realizing as this goes on, this case right here, they have, obviously there's proof with this because it's at his hotel, there's camera footage, stuff like that, you know, saying bodyguards, they're talking about the inner circle, stuff like that. Obviously this with stuff with DG is still fresh, right? But we would have to hear more about that because as far as I'm not finna believe what's being said on the internet just because like that just doesn't, you know what I mean, it just, like I said, it's too sudden and like there's not enough facts, not enough there's not really any depth to the case, for it to be honest. So it's like I don't really know much. But this right here, there's depth to this case, given this they've been getting junk situated for years. So that's something to keep in mind about. But yeah.
May look consensual to other people, but when you break it down mentally, you're able to see that this is a victim, a person that is broken, a person that has been tainted, a person that has been brainwashed as a result of the violence and the control that Sean Combs had over her.
Sarah, Cassie didn't come forward until 2023 with her civil suit, years after this relationship ended. In your experience, why do victims wait to come forward?
Well, you know, every victim's story is different, and some victims respond to trauma differently. And with this situation, maybe just out of fear, like I said, he had full control over her, full control of her financially, and just based on her reputation, society, you know, the emotional aspects, the psychological aspects that she's had to deal with. So these things take time, and she, you know, she's doing it now, and she should be proud of herself, and we'll see how this pans out.
Sarah Mathers, Bernardo Villalona, thank you both for being with us. Still ahead, the prosecution versus the defense, the strategy from both sides when it comes to Cassie's testimony, and the portrait they're trying to paint of Sean Diddy Combs. We'll be right back.
Show you my DoorDash. Who are you?
If you want to be a nurse and you want to graduate as fast as possible, ECPI is the place to do it.
Start sooner, finish faster.
Alright, let me get some food because I did not eat today, so we're going to have to find something. What Wendy's got? Hold on. See, they got like a new Frosty up there. Hold on. But I want to get one. Let me calm down real quick. Let me calm it down. Alright. Frosties they got. They got a Pop-Tart. get a medium. Right, get that right there. And then I would love to get, let me get what burgers am I feeling today? Okay, hold on. Let me. Because I forget that these are combos. Okay, we'll do this. Lettuce as the bun. What I look like? I'm gonna medium. Do I really want to, what's it called, for him? Alright, let me try that new Frosty. I'm gonna do like a common little mini fruit review real quick. Let me get a well, quote unquote food review. Let me try I wish they had that one Frosty from it was like that Bikini Bottom Frosty. That one was good, bro. Actually, I'll get 2 fries. Call me a big bag. I dare you. Let's play some. if you do all the things you've done good in jail, lock him up and throw away the key.
Welcome back to ABC News Live, day 2 of testimony in the Sean Diddy Combs trial. His ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, taking the stand, revealing never-before-heard details about days-long drug-fueled sexual encounters with prostitutes. Cassie saying if she refused to participate,
This
Combs
case
became
junk is
violent,
insane,
and
bro.
that the freak-offs became a job where there was no space to do anything else
Nah,
but to recover
nah,
and
it
just try to feel normal
it got
again.
dark. I had to get some food.
Legal contributors Brian Buckmeyer and Bernardo Villalona are back
Low
with us.
low key, just because like I didn't eat today, but also like this.
Brian, let's start with you. If you were the defense attorney sitting there hearing all of these details,
Let me see this.
what are you thinking?
If I'm the defense, I'm actually not that worried because in a case like this, they've already conceded that there is allegations of domestic abuse and violence. And I'm waiting to see the government make the connection between this is simply a man and a woman, especially a man, because we're hearing the violence from Sean Combs onto Cassie, just brutally abusing her, hitting her. All the things that we said were indefensible, but we're not seeing the connection of was this force used to compel her to go across state lines for trafficking? Or was this simply a man who was a voyager who liked to participate in these sexual escapades that we may not agree with, but in the course of that, he used violence. So I'm looking to try to slice this with a scalpel rather than come in with a hammer and just kind of pick the case apart little by little.
Bernardo, how do you think the prosecution did today? What are they trying to do here?
So the prosecution is definitely laying out a picture, a story of the life of Cassie with Sean Combs, and especially the violent nature of it, but then the sexual nature of it. And I think what they're doing is piece by piece, they're laying out all these freak-off moments, and now they're starting to get to the nitty-gritty part, meaning the most extreme ones, the ones that shock the conscience. For example, when she mentioned that Sean Combs would have her participate in these freak-offs when she was on her menstrual cycle. I think that right there shocks the conscience, and the prosecution did a great job in ending with that line of questioning to show the jury that, look, this is not just domestic violence, this is not just people having consensual sex, this is the type that no one will want to engage in.
And Brian, the defense has admitted that Combs had non-traditional sexual preferences. Cassie at one point was on the stand flipping through a binder of escorts that they used. We can't even say out loud some of the things that occurred on this show. Did you think the defense can really convince this jury that Cassie and these other alleged victims wanted this?
No, I don't think so. I don't think that you can take any of these allegations and say, of course Cassie wanted to do, and again, go and read it, because some of the things we're not allowed to repeat, but the brutality, the coercion, the arguments, the slapping, the dehumanization of what allegedly happened to her, I don't think anyone's going to turn around and say, well, that's just abnormal sexual encounters. But I think the defense can sidestep it and say, yes, that's a crime. You know what we call that? Rape, abuse, sexual assault. Look at the indictment and see if any of those are listed in the indictment. They're not. And I think the defense is going to try to sidestep them and say, where's the trafficking? Where were these allegations used to traffic her? Where's the criminal enterprise, and not just an inner circle or an organization of Sean Combs to help facilitate him getting from point A to point B and doing the things that he likes, even though they're state crimes and not federal crimes. So I think they're going to try to sidestep it and argue somewhere else.
Bernardo, I have to ask you about these details. The prosecutor is literally asking her about every little thing, down to what these rooms looked and smelled like after these freak-offs, the number of baby oil bottles used each time. Why do you think these details matter here?
So, Eva, the devil is in the details. When you're determined...
The environment, bro. Gotta understand the position that she was in. We gotta, like, pretty much imagine the crime scene, because we wasn't at the crime scene. We gotta, you know what I'm saying, these details, like, you know what I'm saying, like, you gotta, every detail count. So, but there's all this stuff here, you know what I mean, like, we just gotta, like, you know what I'm saying, like I said, just the nitty gritty of the crime scene, man. Even the minor details are important in a case like this.
credibility. When you're determining believability, you want the witness to try to give you as much details as possible to determine whether that person is telling the truth. So that's why the prosecution is heavily focusing on these details, because in the end, this case rises and falls on the testimony of Cassie Ventura. And in order for the jury to find her credible and believable, they have to look at her testimony as well as her demeanor, as well as anything that corroborates her testimony, and evaluate all of that to determine, in fact, whether Sean Combs is guilty of these crimes. So the devil's in the details, so they have to get it out.
Brian, as a defense attorney, how do you handle a cross with a witness like Cassie without taking off the jury?
Personally, I don't do it. I think I would first hire someone like Bernardo Villalona, and I think that defense is doing something very similar to that. One of the women attorneys are going to cross-examine Cassie Ventura for a number of reasons. One, this is a woman making an allegation of sexual assault on that of a man, and two, she is pregnant. The optics of that would look horrible if someone like me does this. But I think the other aspect of it from a technical standpoint, very careful. Don't raise your voice. Don't get into an argument. Be as soft-spoken and careful as her, but be deliberate in your words. You're trying to say, you said this one day, and now you're saying this another day, so which one is it? Don't get into a battle with her, because you're not going to look good doing so.
Brian Buckmeyer, Bernardo Villalona, thank you both for being with us. Coming up, who is Cassie Ventura? A closer look at her time as an emerging star in the spotlight to the star witness in the case against Diddy. Stay with us.
All right.
Like ants, the people of the city scurried. Above them all, a dame, a bold... Oh, Helen, you're narrating again.
Welcome back. Cassie Ventura is the star witness
Look at this
in
knife.
this case against Sean Diddy Combs. But
15,
before
20
all
minutes.
this, she once shined as an up-and-coming singer who had a recording contract with Diddy's label, Bad Boy Records. Tonight, a look at Cassie, who she was and is. For that, we turn to our Kelly Carter, who covers entertainment and pop culture for us. Kelly, take us back to 2006 when her first album was released.
Like she said, R.
Cassie
Kelly.
was just starting to make a name for herself. Who was Cassie Ventura?
Yeah, you know, let's go back even a little bit further to really put her into context, because in 2004, you have Ciara dropping her debut album. In 2005, Rihanna drops her debut album. 2006, Cassie comes around and drops her debut album, and really the landscape was very ripe for R&B pop princesses to kind of take over, and she really, it looked as if she was going to fit quite nicely along what we were hearing on the radio and what we were seeing in music videos. She was discovered by Ryan Leslie, who is a songwriter who has written hits for people like Beyonce, Britney Spears, and of course Sean Combs, and it seemed as if all of the ingredients were there for her to fit quite nicely in this scope of the R&B music scene from young women.
So it sounds like she was such a promising young star. What happened here?
You know, what happened is we kept waiting for more music to come. You know, when that first album came out, it lived on the top 20 for a couple of weeks, but then it was like nothing. You know, what you've been hearing a lot in today's testimony is that she signed this 10-album deal with Bad Boy Records, but only one album came out. And for the longest time, people kept waiting to hear more, see more, what was going to become of her, because we saw her on red carpets, right? And then we had to wait about 6 years after that debut album from her drop to get her on a Nicki Minaj track. And I thought maybe that was going to, you know, bring some new music from her. We kept hearing Sean talk about how she was constantly in the studios working with producers, but we really weren't hearing any new music and certainly no new albums.
Cassie, as we have been able to see, is very pregnant right now, about to have her third baby. What more do we know about her life now?
It seems very quiet, far more quieter than it was when, of course, she was with Sean, because we're seeing, as we keep rolling, a lot of red carpet footage, a lot of event footage. It's a quieter life, and it seems very sweet. He is someone who often makes a lot of proclamations on social media and Instagram about how he wishes the days were longer so that he could have more time to spend with his sweet wife, who is the bestest, in his words, the bestest mama that you know it could ever be, and they're about to have their third baby. It's quiet and obviously much more regulated.
Kelly Carter, thank you as always for being with us.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for streaming with us. We'll be back with new episodes every day of the trial right here on ABC News Live, Disney Plus, and Hulu weekdays.
Bruh, they really be streaming this show on Hulu and stuff. That's insane. That is insane, bro. And then it was like a day 3. The day 3 one is the last thing we're gonna watch of this case, because I do have a time limit and I do want to make sure I can fit everything in. Day 3. Day 3. I can't like. Day 2. Did I pass it? Day 3. Here we go.
Good evening, I'm Eva Pilgrim. Thanks for streaming with us. Day 3 of testimony wrapping up in the federal racketeering and sex trafficking case against Sean Diddy Combs. Cassie Ventura, Sean Combs' former girlfriend, and the prosecution's key witness, was back on the stand for a second day with more explicit testimony. She testified more about that now infamous 2016 incident at the hotel, describing the circumstances before, during, and after. Cassie saying Combs beat her as she tried to escape a freak-off that turned violent. Prosecutors also introducing images they allege showed damage from a vase Combs threw at Cassie during that attack. She
Dang.
also testified the drug-fueled sex parties eventually turned into pornography shoots, with Combs setting
She
up
threw a whole
video
vase at
equipment
her.
for blackmail recordings. Combs has pleaded not guilty to all charges. He faces life in prison if convicted. We have our team of reporters and analysts closely following the case from inside the courtroom. Plus, we're also doing a deep dive into some of the most searched topics related to this high-profile trial, and a warning that some of Cassie Ventura's testimony may be difficult for viewers to hear. We begin, though, with the latest from inside that courtroom. Our chief investigative correspondent, Aaron Katersky, is outside the federal courthouse in Lower Manhattan. Aaron, Cassie Ventura recounted explicit details of these alleged freak-offs and the psychological impact. What more did we learn today?
Cassie Ventura, Eva, broke down on the witness stand as she described how her abusive, nearly 11-year relationship with Sean Combs left her drug-addicted and psychologically damaged. She was made to participate, she said, in hundreds of freak-offs, these sexual performances with male prostitutes, while Sean Combs recorded them using...
I thought they was always just doing it with... He forced her to do it with like a bunch of other guys, male prostitutes and all. Nah. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Lock him up. Lock this man up. Throw the key away forever, bro. That is actually disgusting. This whole time I thought this man was like, yeah, he just had a bunch of females over and stuff, and it was like a whole marathon. Nah, it was back to back. Him watching her let other dudes inside of her, you know what I'm saying, doing baby oil and stuff like that. She tried to leave. Nope. And this was like, she had to participate in like hundreds of them. Nah. And this was like, because they was together for like 10 years. That's crazy.
In the video, she said, as leverage. And by the end of their relationship, she said she was suicidal, she was in trauma therapy, she was having episodes of PTSD, and she remembered for the jury just wanting Sean Combs to understand. She wrote down what she thought would be chapters of a book. She wanted him to read them, to understand the pain he had caused. Eventually, she sued him and revealed today for the first time that they settled the lawsuit for $20 million.
And what was the jury's reaction to what she was saying today?
The jurors were quite moved. She recalled an instance toward the end of their relationship in 2018 when she alleged that Sean Combs raped her in her own apartment on the floor. She said it was quick and he lost the color in his eyes. His eyes went black, and she told him no. She told him she didn't want to. She said she didn't even know if he hurt her. He just kept going until he finished and then simply left. It was the second to last time that she had seen him in the course of their nearly 11-year relationship. But the jury's most vivid reaction, Eva, came when they were shown explicit images from some of the videos that Cassie said she was made to record of the freak-offs. There were 7 images. One juror appeared to move his neck as if taken aback. Another juror raised an eyebrow. Another appeared to shake a head. Sean Combs wanted to see those images. He grabbed a binder that they were contained in, leaned over towards his attorney to flip through them.
Goodness, the details of all of this trial are very graphic. Combs' family is in this courtroom listening to it all. Cassie's husband is there in court as well. How are the family members reacting to hearing this?
Alex Fine, Cassie Ventura's husband, at one point just looked over at Sean Combs, seemed to glare at him when some of these explicit details come out. Other times, he doesn't even seem to acknowledge him in the courtroom, just looks straight at his wife as if to make sure she is okay. And notably today, Eva,
That's
after
crazy.
such graphic testimony from Cassie Ventura about a decade's worth of sexual activity, Sean Combs' daughters were not here. There were fewer members of the Combs family here to support him. He interacted with them, mouths "I love you," makes the same gestures he's made for the last couple of days, but some of this testimony clearly has been too much, especially for Combs' daughters.
One of the other things we heard Cassie tell
Not
the
for real.
jury was about her brief relationship with hip-hop star Kid Cudi. What did she say about that?
This is an establishment of one of the acts of the racketeering conspiracy that prosecutors have alleged. It was 2011, and Cassie Ventura said she and Sean Combs were not in a good place, so she briefly began dating Kid Cudi, and said that at one point Sean Combs found out after they had a freak-off because he saw her phone, saw some emails that she had written about Kid Cudi, and he became enraged about it and threatened at one point to blow up his car. And Cassie Ventura recalled Combs telling her that he wanted Kid Cudi's friends to be there to watch the car blow up. And one of the racketeering conspiracy acts that Sean Combs is accused of is arson.
And we have to note here that Sean Combs' lawyers say that he had nothing to do with that car bombing. Aaron Kotursky there at the courthouse for us. Thank you so much for breaking this all down. And to continue with this, we bring in our ABC News legal contributor and trial attorney, Brian Buckmeyer. You were also there in the courtroom again today. So tell me, what do you think of the prosecution? Are they making the link between what Cassie is saying there on the stand and the charges that Diddy is facing?
Absolutely, and they're beginning to do so. We're going to start off with that top charge of racketeering and just give you a legal definition. I'll break it down in simpler terms. Racketeering is basically when 2 or more people conspire to commit criminal acts that in furtherance of that criminal enterprise. And so when I'm talking about the links, we hear about the criminal act that's funneled by the freak-offs, the rape, the sexual assault, the videotaping, the threats of violence, is also threats of humiliation, of putting out those videos if Cassie was to say anything. And then we kind of think about the criminal enterprise, right? Today we heard about 13 different escorts and dancers that were hired from different states all across the country. Those are the people who are participating in the freak-offs. And then we heard about some of the damage that comes from them and the harm that follows, as well as Cassie, when she took the stand, she pointed to a photo, not this one exactly, but one of that night where they're wearing the same dress, and said after one of these brutal nights, she had a bruising on her right leg. And she was able to point out in court where she believed that those bruises were. So the defenses definitely have their work cut out for them because the prosecution is making some strong arguments.
Yeah, and the prosecutors also introduced, we heard Aaron just mention it, those explicit images of these freak-offs. Cassie's testifying they happen in multiple states and residences. What's their strategy here with all this?
So again, going back to those escorts and dancers, they were from Las Vegas, LA, Miami, New York. One of the major reasons why this is a federal case is because they're talking about crossing over state lines, that they themselves went to these different locations or hire these individuals to come to various locations, both domestically and internationally, to participate in these alleged freak-offs. And that's where we get a lot of the racketeering and the sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. And of course, that last charge, the transportation to engage in prostitution.
All right, so how do you think the defense is going to counter the testimony that we've heard so far?
So an interesting thing that the defense is doing is they're trying to make a distinction between sex trafficking and domestic violence. they're saying that it is domestic violence. Sean Combs has done what Tenny Garrigo said in her opening statements, some indefensible things. But it's not this. It's not sex trafficking. And one of the things that they point at is that infamous video that we all saw where they're looking at some of the raw footage. And they're saying that when Sean Combs did this violent assault of Cassie, and they're not denying it, not denying the injuries, that instead he was doing it to get his cell phone. Now, Cassie testified on the stand that she believes that this is her cell phone, but the way the defense is articulating this is there was violence, there was domestic abuse, there might even been rape, but it was about jealousy, infidelity, and money. It wasn't about a criminal enterprise. It wasn't about trafficking. That's the argument that they're going to make when cross-examination starts tomorrow of Cassie and going forward in this case.
Brian Buckmeyer, thank you. We'll come back to you in just a bit. Cassie Ventura today again, as we said, detailing that alleged abuse, testifying Sean Combs turned the freak-off videos.
How do y'all explain him being in a towel running in the hotel? How do y'all really explain that? I get that's his, I'm saying that's his hotel, you know what I mean? Or was he staying at a hotel, or was it like his own personal hotel? Regardless, though, he's literally naked, running around in a towel. Like, come on.
Into blackmail. Combs denies the federal charges. His defense claiming his violent acts are domestic violence, as Brian just said, but not evidence of sex trafficking and racketeering. But prosecutors have said the jury will hear a similar story from another alleged victim. They're calling
What route are they taking to get my food,
Melendez,
bro?
a former federal prosecutor who also served as one of the lead prosecutors in the case against R. Kelly. Maria, thank you so much for being here. Let's get right to this. What's the government trying to establish here with Cassie's testimony?
Essentially, the government is trying to establish a pattern of abuse. And the reason this is important is because at the end of the day, each one of these charges will hinge on whether or not they can show that Sean Combs essentially overcame Cassandra Ventura's will. So whether or not there was coercive control that resulted in her staying. And at the end of the day, with regard to racketeering, with regard to forced labor, sex trafficking, and even the transportation of prostitution, getting from her mouth exactly what happened to her is key. And I think at the end of the day, as previously mentioned, having other individuals who can testify to what they saw as well, and also that this type of conduct happened to other individuals is going to be really important in establishing the pattern of racketeering that the government has alleged here.
And to that point that you just raised, Cassie testified today that she saw Diddy inflict violence on others. Why does that matter here?
The reason that's important is because of this distinction that defense counsel is trying to make at this point, that this is simply about domestic violence, that it's about what happened between Sean Combs and Cassie Ventura. But once you've brought in other victims, once you brought in the fact that violence may have been perpetrated against staff, against assistants, against other individuals who felt that they also had to assist Combs in the crimes that have been alleged by the government, then you're getting closer to establishing not only an enterprise, but that there's in fact been a pattern of racketeering.
You brought your case against R. Kelly also for racketeering and sex trafficking. So you know what it takes to go up against a powerful, wealthy defendant. What are the similarities and the differences that you see here?
Yeah, I think there are a number of similarities. At the end of the day, we have a high-profile defendant. We had that in both cases. We have a situation in which allegations included coercive control, taking individuals under their wing, using that as a form of control, using physical abuse, psychological abuse, and other forms. During my opening statement in the R. Kelly case, I talked about the Predator's Handbook and using all those types of methods in order to control individuals. I think some of the differences, of course, that you see is that in the R. Kelly case, a number of our victims, the majority of our victims, were minors. Here you have a situation in which that's not the case, and I think that distinction can sometimes make a difference if you need to convince a jury that a successful adult woman was controlled by someone like Sean Combs. And that takes us back to this pattern, understanding all of the abuse that has been alleged and that Cassie Ventura has been testifying to, and how that overcame her will such that she was unable to leave, to say no, and in fact had to do everything that Combs told her to do.
Maria Cruz Melendez, thank you so much for being with us. Still ahead, time to talk strategy. How's each side making its case, and how might that play with the jury? We'll be right back.
Lord. There's a lot of information to retain. Also, if you see me looking back up from at my phone, I'm really hungry. Need this food to hurry up.
Welcome back to ABC News Live. We are wrapping up day 3 of testimony in the Sean Diddy Combs trial. For the second day in a row, the prosecution calling Combs' ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, to the stand. Emily Johnson from the U.S. Attorney's Office asking Cassie, how frequently did Sean put his hands on you during freak-offs? Ventura responding, too frequently, a lot. Brian Buckmeyer joins me now again alongside fellow ABC News legal contributor Bernarda Villalona. Bernarda, you used to be a prosecutor. Brian, you're a defense attorney. So I want you both to sort of paint a picture for us of what it would be like for these lawyers who are in this courtroom right now. Bernarda, let's start with you. What do you think the prosecutors are wanting the jurors to take away from Cassie's testimony?
Well, the prosecutors, they're doing the best that they can in terms of getting the emotion out there. They want the jury to feel what Cassie felt living in her shoes each of those days that she was part of a freak off, that she was on drugs, that she was drinking alcohol, that she was beating viciously by Puff Daddy Combs. So that's what they want. Because they want that
They just saying his name like that, like, bro, just call this man Sean Combs or Diddy, bro.
For the prosecution to return a guilty verdict. But they also want the jury to know that, look, she may have been in this relationship for years, but it's because she was under the manipulation and the control of Sean Combs that she remained in that relationship, not knowing any better that she was an actual victim and that she should have walked away.
All right, Brian. So as a defense attorney, you're watching this witness on the stand. What are you looking for?
So I'm looking to see how she describes events, how she describes her participation in this relationship, describes her participation, in the freak-offs. And I'm trying to find the avenues where I can say, yes, you were absolutely abused. No one's disputing that. But the decision to go across state lines, the decision to participate in these freak-offs, you did that because you loved him and you wanted to be with him. You understood this relationship, but it was a violent relationship. Why did you go off and do these freak-offs? Why did you go across state lines? Because it was a part of the relationship and it wasn't part of control. But when you got there, the part of the relationship when you went out for dinner, when you went to freak-offs, when you went to award ceremonies, he beat you because he's a domestic abuser, but he's not a sex trafficker. It's about making a very logical distinction between the two to try to say he's guilty of something but not what he's being charged of.
I saw you moving. You're shaking your head there. I mean, how do you make the discern from someone who wanted to be there and someone who's abused? I mean, they showed pictures of some of these freak-offs today. How do you make that clear?
Well, they're not just going to make it clear with Cassie because they are going to call other witnesses. And more importantly, one of the most important witnesses is expert that's going to testify about women that have been abused before and why they will decide to stay in a relationship even though they're being abused by
I'm smiling because, like, she said, I'm peeping, like, she here with this man. She's like, she just, you know, shake her in the head, shake her chair or something. I'm just like, dang. So stuff like this really, they really do. I mean, yeah, disagreements are going to happen. So, I mean, it is what it is. But, like, they may know something that someone else doesn't know. But all I know is they're professionals out here.
User. So try to explain this type of syndrome. To me, it's like battered wife syndrome, right? A sexual assault victim, that it takes a while for a person to be strong enough, one, to realize that they were a victim, two, that they're ready to walk away, and three, that they have the power and they'll be okay if they walk away. So you're still going to hear from that witness, but I think more importantly is that when we're talking about things that you and I would normally think, I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't agree to that when we're talking about having sex while she's on her menstrual cycle, or having sex while she has a sexual UTI, or having sex while someone's urinating on her. Like it sparks the conscience, shocks the conscience. So that's one of the main arguments that the prosecution is going to drive through and drive home to the jury at the end of this case, to be like, no one in their right mind will agree to this type of behavior.
But real quick, and Bernard, I think, is saying it better, far better than the government is doing. Nothing what Bernard said was about trafficking. Everything that Bernard just talked about was about domestic abuse. And I think the defense can say, yes, all of that is true, and that's what we call domestic violence, but that's not trafficking.
Do you think they have to make the distinction there, Bernardo?
Oh, they absolutely. I mean, the prosecution is not there yet. I think they've made an excellent case for domestic violence. But baby, we are here on federal charges. So you're going to have to prove the racketeering conspiracy. You're going to have to prove
They are agreeing. They're agreeing.
Coercion. You're going to have to
Yeah.
prove the transportation to engage in prostitution. And I think right now, and again, this is only day 3 of testimony, they haven't gotten to that racketeering conspiracy. I think that in terms of the other 2 charges, you haven't gotten there beyond a reasonable
My
doubt.
food's
It's not
here.
a civil lawsuit. You have a burden, and that burden is beyond a reasonable doubt, and you're going to have to meet it with some evidence.
Let me pause it real quick. Chad. Let's go. Let's go. Ooh. Let's freaking go, man. Let me chill. Alright. Medium fry. Medium fry. Again. And honey mustard, you know. Eating a burger with no honey mustard. Yeah, y'all be making me mad, I'm not gonna lie. Uber, DoorDash, y'all need to do better in giving. If I order a drink, make sure the straw is in there. Please, y'all do this too often, bro. This happens too often to me, bro. Make sure the straw is inside the bag. Like, come on now. she gave me a glass straw, chat. A glass straw. So about to try this thing real quick. Wendy's. For this Frosty. Oh shoot. They don't miss. They do not miss. Let's try it. Yep. They do not miss. Cat, when I tell you Wendy's is over Burger King.
And we got a lot longer to go. Bernardo Villalona, Brian Buckmeyer, thank you both for being here with us. Coming up, who was Alex Stein and what happened with Suge Knight? Those are some of the most searched questions online about this case. We'll have the answers for you when we come back. Welcome back. More on the sex trafficking trial of Sean Diddy Combs in just a moment. But first, here's a quick look at some of the other big court cases we're following. It's day 15 in the high-profile Karen Reed murder retrial. Reed is accused of killing her then-boyfriend, Boston police officer John O'Keefe, in January 2022. O'Keefe's 17-year-old niece on the stand today describing her uncle's relationship with Reed as rocky. She also recalled Reed at one point saying, "Could I have done something?" The Alec Murdaugh double murder case back in the spotlight. The former clerk of court, Becky Hill, who worked on that trial, has been charged with felony misconduct as well as perjury. She's out on bond tonight. She's accused of sharing sensitive, sealed photos of the Murdaugh crime scene and then lying about it during an appeal hearing. She has denied any wrongdoing. Murdaugh is serving a life sentence for the murders of his wife and son. Victory for the Menendez brothers, the judge resentencing them to 50 years to life, making them immediately eligible for parole.
Yeah, they gotta go.
The brothers were serving sentences of life without the possibility of parole for murdering their parents in 1989. They are already scheduled to appear in front of the parole board on June 13th, but even if they are granted immediate parole, and that's not a given, it could be months before they are actually released. Now back to the trial against Sean Diddy Combs, one of the most highly anticipated trials of the year, and web search
All y'all are insane. Y'all need Jesus.
show that people have a lot of questions about it. So what do they want to know? Our Kelly Carter covers entertainment and pop culture for us. She is here to break it all down for us. All right, Kelly, so based on our ABC web search data, on the heels of today's testimony, one of the most popular searches tonight, people want to know about Kid Cudi's relationship with Cassie. Walk us through this.
Yeah, you know what's interesting is before Cassie filed her civil suit back in 2023, we didn't know that she and Kid Cudi dated. What she has told us and what we have learned through that civil suit filing and of course in court today is that when she was in an on-again, off-again relationship with Sean Combs, she at some point started dating the rapper and actor, and she ended it because she was afraid. You know, she said that, you know, she alleges that Sean threatened violence and had gone as far as to blow up his car. And when that civil suit came out, you know, Kid Cudi's team released a statement and said that is absolutely what happened, you know. So this was all kind of new information for, I think, the people following pop culture about them being, you know, potentially a couple back then.
And we should note Combs has pleaded not guilty to racketeering conspiracy, including about this alleged car bombing incident. Okay, another search that's trending again today is who is Alex Stein, Cassie's husband? People also want to know about the timeline of their relationship. What do we know about this?
We know that they met in 2018 in a gym, and at some point he started training Sean and then started training Cassie. You know, Alex, of course, is originally from Michigan, former college football player, who then became a celebrity personal trainer, training people like Jennifer Aniston and even Saquon Barkley of the Eagles. And so he, you know, met Cassie, and their relationship seemed to have, you know, taken off because by 2019, they're engaged, married, and having a baby. And they met in 2018.
Okay, another interesting search. What happened with Suge Knight?
Yeah, so Suge Knight, of course, is one of the co-founders of Death Row Records. He currently is serving a 28-year sentence for voluntary manslaughter for a hit-and-run incident that happened in 2015. And I think people, if they're trying to make the connection between Sean and Suge, it's that they were both these hip-hop impresarios of competing labels, and they have publicly beefed, especially during the Tupac versus Notorious B.I.G. Tupac being Suge Knight's artist, Notorious B.I.G. being Sean Combs' artist.
And another search we're seeing, where and who are Cassie's parents?
Yeah, that's interesting, right? So we know that because she said in an interview, I think back in like 2008, that her parents, her mom, I believe, is an Army brat and dad is a Navy brat. And while we don't really know much about where they are right now, we know that she's from Connecticut, and we have seen her.
Yo. You said your classes is over?
No, my closet. Yes, I've been doing it all day. Okay.
About getting time.
Now what's up?
Huh?
So what you eat now? What's up?
Pull up.
What you got?
I got an extra burger from Wendy's.
Somewhere Wendy's, yes. I haven't eaten anything all day, literally. Jesus.
Listen. 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 See, what happened was, look on DoorDash. Wendy's had a buy one, get one free.
And you ain't think to do like Diamond. I have a burger.
I mean, I just told you I got an extra burger.
Yeah, if you're hungry, just eat it. I don't find something.
Guys, here goes Jime in chat. Again. Yeah, as you can see.
I have my outfit for freaking graduation. Oh my god, I got my heels today. I got my heels today for party. But I got my outfit for graduation. Wayne helped me pick it out.
Nice. I've been watching. Well, one, I covered the little DDG and pretty much the DDG situation on stream, and I'm about to wrap up this Diddy situation. I'm done.
I just want to take a shot at it. That's it.
I'm already knowing.
Like, I literally thrown away so much stuff. It's not even funny. I just need to find somewhere to put these bathing suits in. And then I'm gonna put those bags that we have brought upstairs in there. And then tomorrow, that's gonna be the next task of figuring out what the heck is in those bags and what needs to be in the correct bag. Because a lot of this stuff is not in the correct bag.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff was just thrown in there. I was tired, so I just started throwing stuff in there. So that's gonna be the next bag for tomorrow. And if I get done with that early enough, I'm gonna start putting up these little wallpaper cards all in the back of my wall and put up my lights. Gonna look nice in here.
These fries are good, but yeah.
Are they even hot?
They fixed the AC today. You can warm them up.
But yeah, hold on. I'm gonna show you some of the cards. I'm gonna show you the cards. These are the themes of the cards, okay? There's 100 of them, okay? 100.
100.
100.
100.
And I go on this wall right here.
That's hard. Oh, my chest.
I'm gonna put my purple lights up. And I'm trying to figure out something. Because on both sides there's an outlet. And I'm trying to figure out I'm gonna have the outlet on my left side or on the right side. I don't know. I haven't figured it out. I have so many plugs and stuff, so I'll be good. I should figure out how to put it on the front.
Got you.
Our room is gonna come together. I promise. Thank you, sir. And when it's time to move out again, everything will be organized.
No, it won't.
Yes, it will. I'm not playing. I don't have time to stress, okay? I was stressed last year, okay?
Where do we all?
I was stressed last year trying to move. And it's just like, but again, I'm going to have a whole different theme for my apartment.
Oh yeah, you are going. Yeah, you are going to be in an apartment.
So, I'm thinking about my room scheme to be navy blue and gray. Navy blue and gray. And, or do I want to, yeah, we can do that. And then I'll just give me some regular LED lights so that way I can leave my butterfly lights here.
Hmm.
I don't know, they look so pretty. So is my bathroom.
You said what about a bathroom?
I said my bathroom is gonna look pretty too. But the bathroom is in the room.
For sure.
I'm gonna need you to help me move my stuff in. I'm gonna need you to help me move my stuff in. I would ask Wayne, but like they're gonna be moving in damn near the same day I'm moving in.
Something happened. Both of y'all move in.
Wait, no, I think he moves. Well, it really just depends because again, he's about to be a freshman in college, and the way we do it at A&T is one day one roommate moves in, and then the next day the other roommate moves in.
Bro, that fry was burnt as freak. What the hell?
I was like, what the fuck? Because Cash, she moved in on the 16th. I moved in on the 17th. So I don't know exactly if he's going to be moving in on the 16th or the 17th yet. But I moved into my apartment on the 15th. But all of us do in the apartment. All four of us moving in the apartment on the 15th.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna know when he's gonna move in until he knows when he's gonna move in. He's not gonna know except like probably like mid-July, maybe late July. I don't know, but I just know majority of the stuff that I brought, like that purple comforter, I'm not gonna need that. And since Joshua was taking gap year, I can't give her that. I already gave Wayne the mattress comforter, so
Got you.
I just don't know what type of bed I'm gonna have in my room. Cause in the picture, it looks like it looks like a fold, but it looks like a ginormous fold. That's what it looks like. Like I don't know how to describe it. In the pictures, the bed looks big, bigger than a twin XL. Cause look, I wish I would go back to a twin XL. Absolutely the freak now.
Shit. I know. I'm not gonna twin XL. I don't even have a twin XL. I just got a twin.
Yeah, a twin is just a shorter version of a twin XL. Okay.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be real. Y'all beds just look mad small compared to mine.
Cause they're longer. Now, if they weren't as long, it would look exactly the same as yours.
Oh, they're not. They're just long, not wide.
They're just long. They're not wide.
Then so y'all could have just fell off the bed.
A twin XL is literally a longer version of a twin.
So y'all really y'all really could have fell off the bed.
Could have.
If there's an earthquake, bro.
The beds are high, and the beds are high. I mean, yeah, you could have put it down, but none of us figured out how to do that. So, figure out how to do it. So we're just gonna, yeah. So bed was high.
Yeah, y'all got them beds from Camp Wawanakwa. I say I got them beds from Camp Wawanakwa. Yeah, chat. What y'all know about Total Drama?
I'm crying.
You're lying. I don't see no eyes. Wait, what? I don't see no tears rolling down your eyes.
What the heck? Why do tears need to be rolling up my eyes?
You said you was crying. Chat.
You know what I made myself eat last night? I made me some breakfast for dinner. I found some waffles. I found some really, really frosted waffles and I put chocolate chips on them. And I made eggs. I'm all egged out because I did make a lot of eggs by accident.
All egged out.
Yeah.
I remember when Catherine wanted me to give her an egg. She's still beefing about that.
What you mean?
So freshman year, she wanted a singular egg.
For what?
She wanted.
Making food or something?
Yeah, she was making food. She just needed one egg. And mind you,
Make me some food.
You said what?
I want you to make me some food. You haven't made me some food in forever.
The thing is, where have you been?
Okay, I'm home now. I've been home for a week and you ain't. Oh my God, Diamond, I made you. Or Diamond, you want some?
Yo, Johnny, I made you a burger. You want some?
You didn't make that burger.
You ain't make that burger. I bought it. Shoot.
Back to the deliciousness food that I'm talking about. I'm talking about the food that you was whipping up in the kitchen. How come you haven't whipped up nothing in the kitchen?
See.
Are your days over at being a chef?
Oh no. Y'all gonna see that cooking with wait, hold on. What am I gonna call it? what am I gonna call this cooking series? Check. Cooking with juice. Like,
yes.
Cooking.
And majority of those cooking with juices need to be food that I need to eat.
You know what I'm saying? Cause chat, I'll have y'all know I'm a really gourmet chef if I do say so myself. Y'all hear Jaimin right here. She's had some of my cooking, bro. It's D1 master chef right here, man.
And the crazy thing is, have you ever had any of my cooking? You could have had it for Thanksgiving, but you didn't even make me a plate. I made everything that.
You know, I didn't have
When I tell you that food was gone the next day, I didn't even get us a plate.
you know, and then it was also like I feel did you make the taco? Like I remember we had tacos one time.
Yeah, I made tacos, but the only tacos that you've had is regular tacos. We didn't make shrimp tacos. Wayne loves the shrimp tacos.
Got you. Yeah, chat. You know, it comes down. I'm gonna do like my own little solo series of me just cooking, but then we also gotta do what I'm saying, cook off. Cause you know, I'm definitely like a D1 chef. You know what I mean? What am I looking at here? See, if I was to just show my stream this right now, bruh, they're taking screenshots.
Please don't.
Y'all, she just took a picture of her toe.
I did not.
Well, take a picture. She just turned her camera around.
I'm showing you my toe. I know you've never seen my toe before.
I have.
Okay, then. So you're acting like you are shocked to my freaking toe. A toe that you've seen multiple times.
I've stumped on that toe too. At the pool.
Exactly.
On purpose. I mean, no, on accident. On accident.
Y'all heard him say the purpose.
I said on accident, y'all.
No.
It's.
I the pool open. That's it.
I mean, my pool is open.
Yeah, pool water. That's it. That's it. That's all. Just
My-
give me some pool water and I'll be alright.
My pool is open. The one in Belmont.
That's all the way in Belmont.
And
I can walk half a mile just to get to a pool.
yeah, a pool that is not as good as this one.
Well, whenever you end up taking me to Belmont, I got to do Belmont every freaking day. So,
Hey, I got money for Ubers. It's all good.
every day is insane.
Time out. Why we go? Who said we was going every day?
I need pool water. I haven't been in the pool forever. I just need the pool.
You know this is the summer for side missions, man. Carowinds, movies. I'm gonna beat y'all in
I didn't go to the pool like that last summer anyway.
bowling.
Compared to other summers, compared to other summers, that was nothing.
Sophomore year, we went to the pool the most.
We was damn near there every day.
Every day. Literally, I'll be real. I'm pretty sure the reason why we stopped going was because ever since they changed the lifeguard, bro, like they just started being more strict there. So they make it's like a limit there now.
All because Alan is gone. Man, I miss Alan.
Go.
If Alan wasn't fired, we'll be fine.
I remember last year, me, Isaiah, and Kurt was going to go to the pool. Then the lifeguard gave us the walk of shame because someone allegedly let us in. Hey, you see these three right here? Don't let them in. I'm like, dang, like, why would you do that? It's not that deep, bro. I live in this neighborhood. I put my own address and everything.
You said Joe also went too?
Nah, it was me, Isaiah, and Kurt.
Oh, I was gonna say, why don't you have a key fob?
I did, but I don't know where that junk went. They kept losing it. Nah, cause like I remember I had it, and then I don't know who. Somebody went to the pool on their own one day, and they. And I remember that time over the. It was like a time over like last summer or something, or that particular summer where I was doing football and stuff, where I really wasn't going to the pool like that. I lost some stuff. I think wherever one of my old shirts are, because I real chat. I managed to lose two of my favorite shirts. Like, so I don't know. I really do not know. I'm not gonna lie. I think one of my shirts was left at school.
How did you leave your shirt at school, nigga?
So y'all remember I was in the musical. Y'all was in the musical, right? I'm putting stuff in my bag. But actually, I think I may have lost it here. Cause I don't think it's even at the school. I thought I lost it at the school, but then I had to really think. I went home with that shirt on.
So that means it got lost in the house.
Somewhere. That's not all right. So let me tell you. All right. So the one shirt. All right. Let me go to one of my some images real quick. Excuse me. But anyway, so let me you know, sausage, egg, and cheese. I'm joking. Breathe, woosah.
Because I was confused. I was like, how you gonna tell me you had a burger? The whole time was a breakfast sandwich, but you got it from Wendy's.
But you got it from Wendy's. Got the ding. Got the ding, yeah. Now I'm about to look at my order because the receipt ain't telling me nothing.
Okay, look at your orders on DoorDash.
That's what I'm doing. Not gonna say it on here. Not in front of the kids.
I was about to eat my phone, but I did.
You was about to yeet your phone. That Android.
Cause I was doing this. Well, I was pressing a button on the thingamajigger. Wait, where's the thingamajigger? Oh, I found it, and I was just pressing it. And I thought it was gonna be too close to my phone, but I moved that.
I can't eat. All right. All right. So the kind of burger that I got. I had got 2 bacon cheeseburgers. Excuse me. 2 junior bacon cheeseburgers.
I don't think that's what I had the other day.
Yeah. And I had like 2 sets of fries and the Frosty.
You heard me. I said we need to talk about something confidential.
What about? Wait, we got to talk about something confidential?
Yes.
So I was going to end the stream at 8. Hey, it's almost 8 now. So but we finna cover these shirts that I lost, though. So, guys, I lost these. You want to see these shirts, too. So, because I know you know these shirts. So, now, chat. One of the shirts that I've ended up posting. Well, one of the shirts I did post, but they're archived. And the other shirt is like... Actually, I'll go to my Instagram, actually. Actually, no, I won't.
Just show me the shirt.
Nah, because it's loading. It's doing some thing. Oh, okay. Thank goodness that is not showing my screen because I'm typing in a password. Y'all don't need to be...
How are they going to see your password? Little thing shows is dot.
Huh?
I said, how are they going to know your password if anytime you put in a password to anything, it shows as dots unless you actually use the icon?
No, I put like a certain code already, so it should actually show the number.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, but at least, you know what I mean? Anyways, okay, so let's try back in time to junior year first.
I remember junior year something.
Okay, guys, so back in the glory days, you know what I'm saying, during my first musical debut, I was rocking, you know what I'm saying, this shirt right here I lost. This is a nice shirt. I lost this shirt, bro. I could have done. I genuinely missed this shirt. So I'm gonna order myself a new one because this shirt right here was fire. Yeah, I'm out here looking for. I've been looking for this shirt, bro. Every now and then, it's like the same season when I be losing my crosses, bro. Just find that gem randomly. This right here, I have not found yet. So the moment I find it, if I find it the day like I truly move out, I'm gonna be mad. Like this whole time, I found you and I can't even fit you no more.
Okay, what's the other shirt?
The other shirt, bro. Alright, first off, honorable mention, bro. Chat. Prom was fire, bro. Stop playing. Me and Shan. But anyways, wait a minute. Where is thou shirted? I think I did wear that joint junior year too. Actually, it was like the beginning of the year. Yeah, this shirt right here. I lost it.
Why was it zoomed in?
It was for the Instagram photo. And look at the. I was lifting that day. Look at the arms, chat. But oh yeah, this is oh yeah, this is when I heard the first year of me having locks chat. You know what I'm saying? I just started to lock in, get lock in. Sorry, but yeah, like I lost this shirt.
So that's the only two shirts you lost?
Indeed, I lost them 2 shirts only. You know what I mean? It was just a tragic. It was a tragedy, man. What is this video?
Oh, I remember that video. I remember that video.
What was we watching? We was watching Thundermans.
I don't know what the heck I was watching, but y'all was doing that little VR thing. And you showed me you and Angelo's.
I need an Oculus. Y'all want to see some VR on the channel chat, bruh? I'll show you. I don't get scared. What's this one? Oh, you a dirty piece of drawers. I remember this.
Oh.
He a dirty piece of drawers, bruh. See, chat. This is fake. Y'all didn't see this, bruh. I did not get scared, bruh. I didn't get scared, bruh. I didn't get scared. I don't know what y'all talking about. Wait, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Now y'all seeing baby photos. Hold on. Y'all need to see that, bruh. Hold on.
Baby photos. Baby photos.
Hold on, y'all need to see. Hey, no one about to see no baby photos of me, man. Come on.
It's not that bad. You were literally a baby. Everybody was a baby. Hello?
Yeah, but people, I've been told that I look like I bite people.
You were a baby. I mean.
And so that means I look like I bit people, bro.
See, now when Jeremiah was smaller, didn't he look bad? He looked like he was a badass little kid.
He's still a badass little kid.
He's not actually. He's gotten better.
Yes, yeah.
But you could just be like, dang, we know he did that. Exactly.
That's what Kurt said about my nephew. And he's never gonna stop saying it about my nephew. For some reason. Just cause he said he always get in food and called him Bubbles. I started a war. I didn't cause that. I didn't cause that. No, I didn't. All I did was call Kurt.
Because how the heck does he even know anything about Bubbles? I didn't say nothing. You did. So therefore, you started it.
But it wouldn't have got to that.
There's no buts. There's no buts.
If we look at the clip, chat, we're gonna look at this clip. Oh, I didn't mean to play that. We're gonna look at this clip real quick, chat. I want you to understand. This is not my fault right here. This is
your fault because if you literally said, "Oh snap, I shouldn't have said that," and I literally said, "Now you know he's about to be saying it," and you said that before y'all even got on the dang on game. So let's not, Joshua. Okay.
Man, you said the full government, bro. Whoa.
The full government. First of all, I can say the full government.
Hey, you ain't gonna say all that now. Hold on, this is what we not finna do.
Second of all, I didn't even say your full government. I just said the first name. The freak.
The freak. Damn, my boy Kenyon is senior now. Crazy. But anyways.
He is a senior now.
Yeah. Chat, look at this clip right here.
I got so many videos of Kenyon.
What's up, bro?
It's not even.
This man.
It was a joke.
Huh?
Nothing.
Yeah, I could play the clip back easily, bro, and find out what you said. But anyways, chat, as you can see from the clip right here, I called Kurt. My nephew was like, "Hey, yo, who is that?" And then Kurt off rip was like, "Hey, nigga, you a badass little kid, man. You still need a whooping, bro." He ain't even do nothing.
That's crazy.
Braids with the slip back.
Figure out how he know the word Bubbles was somebody's nickname.
And then my nephew's like, "Who is that? Is that Bubbles?" And I'm like,
That's the only way he knew to say Bubbles was because of you. Because it sure wasn't me who said it. My mouth was closed.
cause we was talking about the Flying Dutchman before he got on the phone, bro.
That don't mean nothing just because I was talking about. Be for real.
What you talking about, bro? That's not my fault.
No, just because we was talking about something else after the fact that I told him that, and he's just going to forget. No, you idiot. That's not how brain works.
All I know is that Kurt was pressing my nephew. You said you a bad little kid. You still need a whooping. My nephew said that it was justified, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Called him Bubbles.
To the wrong person.
Yeah, you better not call Wayne Bubbles. if you call Wayne Bubbles, it's a raps for me. Not my nephew. It's a raps for me. Dang, Cam calling me? Hold on, give me a second.
Hello.
Welcome to the stream.
Oh God.
Yeah. So y'all individuals calling me, man. Like, first chiming out you.
I was calling you back because I was dead asleep when you called.
Yeah, you not out. This was there you go. But this do be a day that I am off. I was pretty much covering this stream. I was pretty much covering the DDG situation and the Diddy situation, and pretty much speaking about my schedule. Oh, chat, I forgot to tell you about the name Streamer University, chat. Forgot to tell you about that. Whether I get in or not, bro, I'm still making content. That's number one. Number two, it's like I literally said this jump behind closed doors, bro. There's no way y'all are actually signing up for that junk and you all have never made content, bro. That is insane to me. It's like free university. I don't have to get a job application. Dog, I got a job dude, I really didn't even have a job application. I just went on a website and got the job, bro. That I got, and I'm doing content too. So I'm gonna need y'all to tighten up. Y'all really afraid of job applications, man. I was like, oh, Kaizen got the Shroom University. Let me just do that, man. Let me do that. Let me get some free bread off of just looking at a camera. We got some people that do OnlyFans trying to do this junk. Like, what? Y'all stream on OnlyFans? That's a thing? I ain't know nothing about that. This dude Kai had to look that jungle. I'm like, bro, they're not getting in. They're not getting in. I gotta understand, bro. If I've been at the jump for years. Only recently started becoming consistent. Y'all see, I got 150 subs on YouTube. How many? I got 600 something followers. I got 621 followers on Instagram. 100 how many followers I got on TikTok? Popeye's Biscuits.
What?
We ain't rocking with Popeye's Biscuits. I got 77 followers on Twitch, and I believe I have like 150 something on TikTok. Point is, chat, I've been doing this for a little minute. People who know me know that I have the drive to do this content thing. Whether I make it or not, I'm still gonna be making content. Because at the end of the day ends. That's a fact, man. Put that on a t-shirt. But literally, y'all gonna have to lock in. If they do this jump this year, I probably have a better chance, but you already know. Y'all already know, like, I'm making content regardless. Or doing something with entertainment. Either way, you know what I mean? I'm doing what I want to do. And y'all should too, man. But make sure what y'all want to do is possible, man. Y'all out here trying to I mean, I don't know. Y'all are trying to, well, also be realistic too. Y'all are trying to, everybody's trying to be like, hey, I'm gonna drop out and do OnlyFans. Y'all are bugging. Y'all are saying, yo, if you could just go in there, anybody could do that junk. Dude, anybody can make content, but not everybody's gonna get paid. I rest my case. I rest thy case. Oh yeah, so chat, I did also forget to tell y'all, I have I got like a few reaction series that I want to make, right? We're gonna have like a series that covers short films. And before y'all be like, oh, you're just copying Corey Kenshin, dude. Nah, it's because of the fact that I have a friend that makes films. And he recently made a film with Chaston, as y'all seen on the last stream that we watched. And he's keeping me in the loop of when his next films are. We're gonna react to it, we're gonna talk about it, and you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. Because y'all know me, I have a somewhat acting background, right? I've been in 2 musicals, even though one of them I didn't have any lines, but we don't speak on that. But you know, literally, like, I have a background of just, you know, just doing that type of thing. We are going to react. Oh yeah, I am going to have like a series regarding the realm of like theater, that junk. Really, just cause I gotta, you know what I'm saying. One, say I wasn't in theater, but also like I'm calling that particular series, is theater underrated, or is theater slept on? That's what the series is called. Cause I know good and well everybody's gonna be like, oh, you're a theater kid, you're weird. You know what I'm saying? That little stereotype. That stereotype of theater being classified as something, or you being a part of this group classifies you as something. You know what I mean? That ain't it. I was a whole athlete, and people definitely enjoyed me on that stage being who I was. You know what I mean? Cause it's good to be vanilla. It's good to be vanilla. Be your own flavor, man. You be like everyone else. You're not gonna. If you're really trying to be your authentic self, just don't be like everyone else. It's simple, man. What did Miles say? I'm gonna do my own thing. I'm gonna do my own thing. This turned into like a motivational speech on its own, chat. Unintentionally. But chat, I did say, okay, we will low key, what time is it? What time is it? I'll low key in the stream a little short, mainly because I know I did say Among Us 3D, but today's not the day for that, low key. It's a Thursday. You know what I'm saying? It's a Thursday. Tomorrow though, it's not just gonna be any gameplay stream. Apex has brought back my favorite game mode. They've brought back arenas. And I'm going to cry. Because, as a matter of fact, we're going to look at this trailer right now. Since I'm here, we're going to look at this trailer right now. Because, chat, when I tell you, y'all literally seen, like, my reaction to this junk. Like, I looked at the thing for the update, and it said, the return to arenas. And there's a new legend. And both updates. Chat, I've been waiting for years for them to bring this back, and this jump better be permanent. Because if it's not permanent, EA, I'm coming for you. I am coming for you. Pause. I don't know. Dang, I forgot I still got Jamin's food right here. She'll be alright. Hopefully. Alright, chat. We're gonna be looking at this dang trailer right here, man. First reaction. This dude's name Prodigy, or is that like the season name is? I don't know. Let's go. Boom. Okay, so his name is Prodigy. Cool. Whoa, they gave Bangalore like dreadlock. You know what I'm saying? The dreadlocks were the 2 strands. Okay, nah, these are like braids. These ain't locks. She got the Boomba locks, bro. The Boomba clocks.
I'm just kidding. I was born for this.
What race are you? You got a interesting accent. Hold on, this shit look cool. We in Olympus. Bro, you just sniped her in the... Oh, bro, that hurt. Wait, the Bocek ground loot now? Alright, so this dude's a dope little sniper right here. I'm already doing tracker. Okay, that's fire. Stinger bolt. This dude sound like Octane. That's why it's confusing me, chat. This man is Hawkeye, bro. This man got explosive arrows. Oh, you know I'm about to be using the Bocek more. Cause you know this game don't got RPGs. Rank changes. Okay, that's fire. That's fire right here. Oh shoot. This man styling on him. This man got a dog? Or it's a cat? Woo! Chat, it's back. It's back. Arenas is back. Ladies and gentlemen, we are returning to Apex, y'all. That is insane, bro. Let's look at these. Yes, arenas. This man has double jump, and we have arenas back. This is beautiful, monumental moment, man. I don't know why no one told me that arenas is back until right now, but all I know is arenas is back. I am black. I am blessed. No cap. Lord. We got tomorrow, we're going to have Apex Legends. And I don't know, that might be the only thing we stream tomorrow. I'm not going to lie. It's Apex Legends and, you know what I'm saying? We have a little more time tomorrow. It depends, but I would love to stream. Well, the thing is, we haven't been streaming a lot of Among Us lately. So we could stream what's it called tomorrow. Among Us 3D tomorrow for like just briefly. If not that, then we can stream. Literally just stream Apex. I really don't want to stream for too long tomorrow. But I'm gonna wrap up the stream now. I pretty much covered everything. Wrong button. Literally, like I said, like the DDG situation, like, come on, y'all. To be real, we know nothing. We don't know what's going on behind closed doors. Whether it's true or not, we really don't know what's going on behind closed doors. All I'm saying is y'all elevating Hallie's image, saying that when has she ever lied? Like, we don't know that. Saying that someone's never lied, bruh. Unless they're Jesus Christ, you are glazing. I'm sorry. But there's a lot of double. The reason why, like, I really don't have an opinion on that, though, of, like, I'm saying, I'm not picking anybody's side, but all I'm saying is, what I'm seeing online is a lot of, like, crazy double standards on whether this is true or not. Cause anything, like, she could have got that jump from that chipped tooth from anything, bro. She only showed the chipped tooth. There was nothing about, okay, she was bruised or something. If anything, like, regardless, this is gonna make all of them. This is making a lot of people look bad, and it's gonna, like, really affect Halo, since he a youngin, and his parents. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, you know what I mean? That's how I see it. The Diddy situation, this man needs to be locked up. He needs that Eisen treatment. Man straight up was beating on her while this man was, like, naked, bro. In a dang towel. What the freak is wrong with this man? Surveillance cameras, everything in the hotel, bro. These freak offs, bro. Out of hand, bro. I'm sorry. But yeah, I'll see y'all in Apex tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? But if y'all did enjoy this stream, make sure y'all hit a like, comment, and subscribe. If y'all are interested in joining the J-Lock community, there's a link in the description to stay updated, to chill and socialize. Any follows will be greatly appreciated on all social platforms, which is down here on the bottom right here. Obviously, like I said just a second ago, if you like the stream, you know what I'm saying? Like the stream. You know what I mean? How you gonna like the content I make and not like it? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I see you cheesing. I see you smiling. You want more? Let's make it happen. Hit that like button and subscribe. Turn on the post notifications. And as always, it's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun.